and now it was downgraded to number 300 to 400 plus. So what is your reaction, Councilor Mendoza?
The title states that the ranking is between 1,001 to 1,500. Does that mean that this university is in the 1,500 place?
Yeah, please answer. Madam City Youth Councilor Tibatib.
Yes, Mr. Chair. It is stated here po na 301 to 400 range globally po SDG 1, no poverty, and 401 to 600 bracket for both SDG 3 and SDG 16.
What is the actual rank of Ateneo de Naga?
Mm, 301.
And the actual rank of the University of Nueva Cáceres? No indication of the specific
Yes
ranking?
po. No indication here po.
Okay. Do you think we have to issue a resolution for this, Councilor Mendoza? Although, considering the entire world, I believe we have more than 10,000 universities.
Mr. Chair, the total participants numbered 1,600 plus, and the stated ranking is between 1,000 to 1,500. But maybe we can just remove from the title the ranking. Can we flash again the title of the resolution? So the title would end Sustainability Impact Rating 2026. Tanggal yung tanan placing in the 1,000, 1,500 bracket.
So we will delete placing in the 1,001 to 1,500 bracket.
Yes, I give the benefit of the doubt to the author as to proprietor.
Any other comment from the city youth officials?
Any comment or remarks from our city councilors? There being none, Mr. Chair.
No comment?
Acknowledging City Youth Councilor Christine Rosabron.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I agree with the statement of Honorable Frank Mendoza as that particular phrase is a bit off to be put in the title po, as it's 1,001 to 1,500, and out of the 1,600 plus universities, it's a bit disappointing for it to be specifically included in the title po. Thank you.
Thank you, City Youth Councilor Christine Rosabron, for that remark.
Yeah, I agree with you, Madam City Councilor, City Youth Councilor. But anyway, we will just delete that particular phrasing, although I am not convinced that we should come up with a resolution, because this is not a commendable achievement. Yes, City Councilor Jude Jokno?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Considering that this resolution is not urgent, I think we defer this one and wait for the proponent for this, because I don't think that the ranking between 1,001 and 1,500 is not commendable, Mr. Chair.
So you are suggesting that we will have to wait for City Councilor Serio.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Maybe he has an explanation as to whether we are being requested to pass a resolution on this.
So kindly make the motion.
May I move that we defer this
Items number 1 and 2.
yes, Mr. Chair, until the proponent, Councilor David Serio, be around, Mr. Chair.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Actually, there are 3 major entities who annually present their rankings. And I do not agree with the rankings. So, next item, please.
Next is the proposed resolution authored by the Honorable Jesse R. Albios and City Youth Councilor Francis Ray Alferez, expressing the profound congratulations and highest commendation of the Sangguniang Panlungsod and the City Government of Naga to Yuri Jasper Peira of Barangay Cararayan, this city, and a student of Naga Parochial School for his outstanding achievements and multiple medals in swimming in the Region 5AB long course swim meet legs 1, 2, and 3 held and in the Philippine Aquatics Incorporated 2024 National Championship AV long course held at the New Clark City Aquatics Center, Gapas, Tarlac.
May I acknowledge the co-proponent, City Youth Councilor Francis Ray Alferez.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is proposed resolution for Yuri Jasper Arperia of Barangay Cararayan and a student of Naga Parochial School competed in Region 5 AB Long Course Swim Leg 1 to 3 and held on April 18 to 19, 2026 at the Metro Sports Complex at Pacol, Naga City. Second, he also competed in National Champion AB Long Course in May 1 to 3, 2026 at the New Clark City Aquatic Center, Capas, Tarlac, and gained multiple medals in achievement. With this achievement, may I move together with my counterpart, Honorable Jesse R. Albius, to the passage of this resolution, expressing the profound congratulations and commendation to Yuri Jasper Arperia of Barangay Cararayan. So move, Mr. Chair, on joint and collective motion.
On joint and collective motion. Next item, please.
Next is another proposed resolution authored by Honorable Jesse Albios and City Youth Councilor Francis Ray Alferez, expressing the profound congratulations and highest commendation to Michael Angelo Rizuena Oliban of Barangay Concepcion Grande for winning the silver medal in the recently concluded International Factorial Math Challenge held in Jakarta, Indonesia.
Once again, acknowledging City Youth Councilor Honorable Francis Alferez for this resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This proposed resolution for Miguel Angelo Rizuena Oliban from Barangay Concepcion Grande for winning a silver medal in International Factorial Math Challenge held in Jakarta, Indonesia on July 6 to 9, 2026. With this achievement, Mr. Chairman, may I move together with my counterpart, Honorable Jesse R. Albius, to the passage of this resolution, expressing the profound congratulations and commendation to Miguel Angelo Rizuena Oliban of Barangay Cararayan. So move, Mr. Chairman, on joint and collective.
On joint and collective motion. City Youth Councilor Alferez did away with the word highest commendation. So that's good. Profound congratulations and highest commendation, my goodness. And City Youth Councilor Alferez corrected it. Thank you, City Youth Councilor Alferez. Next item, please.
Next is the proposed resolution authored by Honorable City Youth Councilor Luisiana Catrice Tibatib, co-sponsored by the Honorable David Casper Nathan Serio, resolution encouraging all public and private educational institutions in Naga City to align their programs, projects, activities, and development initiatives with the 2028 finish lines strategic development framework in support of the city's strategic development goals and creating an annual alignment benchmarking mechanism for city youth engagement.
Acknowledging the proponent of this resolution, the Honorable City Youth Councilor Luisiana Catriz-Libati, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is a resolution encouraging all public and private educational institutions in Naga City to align their programs, project activities, and development initiatives with the 2028 Finish Line Strategic Development Framework in support of the city's strategic development goals and creating an annual alignment benchmarking mechanism for youth civic engagement. So please, Mr. Chair, allow me to read the whereas clauses, the significant whereas clauses for this, Mr. Chair.
Yes, please.
Whereas, by virtue of Executive Order Number 003, Series of 2025, the City Government of Naga institutionalized the 2028 Finish Line Strategic Development Framework, establishing a comprehensive roadmap to align the plans, programs, and resources of the city to attain inclusive and sustainable progress over the next 3 years. Whereas, while several public and private educational institutions within Naga City possess independent missions, vision, and institutional plans, there exists a vital governance opportunity to systematically align their student-led and institutional projects with the long-term strategic goals of the city. Whereas students and young Nagueños represent the foundational base of active citizenship and showcasing their talents, skills, and research through educational programs directly enhances awareness and speed up the realization of the city's priority outcome areas. To resolve this further, Mr. Chair, to ensure the long-term sustainability and non-coercive tracking of this resolution, the City Youth Development Office, in active collaboration with the City Youth Sangguniang Panlungsod and the Sangguniang Kabataan Federation of Naga City, is encouraged to organize an annual 2028 Finish Line Youth Summit, where participating basic and higher educational institutions can report, showcase, and benchmark their voluntary alignment accomplishment. So with this, Mr. Chair, I move for the passage of this resolution. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item, please.
Next is a proposed resolution authored by the Honorable Jefferson Romeo Felix, co-authored by Honorable Kishi Nicole Chavez, expressing the gratitude and appreciation of the City Government of Naga to the Dangerous Drugs Board for the 5 million peso financial assistance for the establishment of a community-based drug rehabilitation facility or drug abuse prevention, education, and advocacy youth hub in Naga City.
City Councilor Jepson Felix.
To acknowledge the co-proponent, City Youth Councilor, the Honorable Iliad Kishi Nicole Chavez, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, last January 2026, the officials from the Dangerous Drugs Board formally turned over the Councilor Jefferson Felix and Mayor Lenny Robredo as financial assistance for the establishment of a community-based drug rehabilitation facility and a drug abuse prevention, education, and advocacy youth hub in Naga City. Phase 1 of the project is scheduled for implementation this year. In view of this resolution, I move that the resolution expressing the gratitude and appreciation of the City Government of Naga to the Dangerous Drugs Board for the 5 million pesos financial assistance for the establishment of a community-based drug rehabilitation facility or drug abuse prevention and education and advocacy youth hub in Naga City. So I move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item.
Next is a communication from the Office of the City Mayor seeking for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to enter into, negotiate, and sign the memorandum of agreement with various physicians who are participating in referral arrangement willing to render voluntary services, seeking authority to engage in private practice or professional practice within the city hospital, employed by another government-owned hospital which seeks authority to render private practice or external clinical services in the city health or in any health facilities, and seeking authority to render services within the city hospital or any city health facilities.
City Councilor Dr. Gail Abunal Gomez, the co-chairman of the Committee on Health.
Yes, Mr. Chair, attached in that communication from the city mayor are different MOAs. This is going to be with the physicians that are helping the city cascade the services of different nature, Mr. Chair. So one would be those physicians participating in referral arrangements, as mentioned there, PhilHealth, HMO, Consulta Yakap, and other healthcare provider networks. Also for those physicians who volunteer and also do med mission or also act as medical mission specialists. Also for physicians who are asking for authority to engage in private practice within the city hospital. For those physicians as well who are visiting but are also at the same time government employees, and those physicians who request for private consultation. Those physicians who seek authority to serve within the city hospital or any city health facilities, but they're private practitioners, Mr. Chair. So attached, Mr. Chair, would be General MOA, because you will see there that the names of the physicians are not yet indicated. So the request of the city mayor, Mr. Chair, is for us to give general authority.
And we will be coming up with a separate memorandum of agreement.
Yes, that's correct, Mr. Chair. Individual MOAs for the physicians, Mr. Chair.
Any comment or reaction from the members of the 15th Sangguniang Panlungsod or from the members of the 2026 CYO? Yes, City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
Can we request the Secretariat to flash the body of the MOA? Luway lang. Pipili pataas po, Giraray. Pabalik, yan. Mr. Chair, can we defer in the meantime consideration of the same while we read the text? We can proceed to the next item and just return back later.
So we will defer this temporarily.
So I move that we defer temporarily the approval of the MOA pending the reading of the body of the document. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second to the motion of Councilor Mendoza? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. We will discuss that particular item later. Next item, please.
Next is a communication from the Office of the City Mayor seeking for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to enter into, negotiate, and sign the memorandum of agreement with the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Department of Agriculture, Department of Science and Technologies, Department of Agrarian Reform, Philippine Coconut Authority, Central Bicol State University of Agriculture, Metropolitan Naga Water District and Plantation Incorporated, relative to the implementation of the Naga City Urban Agroforestry Initiative.
Any reaction? Yes, City Councilor Attorney Aris Macaraig.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Chair. Uh, I respectfully move for the passage of a resolution authorizing the city mayor to enter into, negotiate, and sign a MOA, which is attached to the letter, with the DNR regional office, as well as the Department of Agriculture, the DOST, Department of Agrarian Reform, Philippine Coconut Authority, CBSUA, MNWD, and Plantation Incorporated. This is with regard to the implementation of the Naga City Urban Agroforestry Initiative. The obligation of the LGU-Naga is to provide for identify areas to implement the program. It is not mandated or obligated to provide for any appropriation with regard to the implementation of this activity, but it may do so if the situation requires under the usual process. But under the MOA, there is no automatic appropriation of any resources of the city. Each agency has its respective commitments and obligations. Mr. Chair, the agroforestry is introducing or maintaining forest trees, fruit-bearing trees, such as, and other crops such as bamboo and coconut, so as to provide for the environmental safeguards, and as well as provide benefit for farmers. This will also enhance biodiversity, Mr. Chair. So move that the office of the city mayor be given such authority, Mr. Chair.
Any second to the motion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item, please.
Next is another communication from the Office of the City Mayor seeking for the passage of a resolution approving the purchase or acquisition of 6 units of vehicles to be used by the barangays Lerma, Pacol, Igualdad, Peña Francia, Dinaga, and Concepcion Grande for operational or disaster response and delivery of basic services with a total amount of 5,700,000 pesos chargeable against the Barangay Support Fund.
Reaction, City Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, may I request the legal president to pass this resolution requested by the barangay?
The Liga President, City Councilor Maria Corazon Peña Flor.
Hindi ko nababasa.
The Office of the City Mayor is requesting for the passage of a resolution. City Councilor Corazon Peñaflor, don't you have any microphone there? Or your microphone is not functioning? Councilor Balimoro, kindly lend her the microphone.
Mr. Chair, I understand that the Honorable Peñaflor is not wearing her eyeglasses. So, in behalf of the Honorable Aspan Peñaflor, may I move for passage of a resolution approving the purchase of of 6 units of vehicle to be used by Barangay Lerma, Pacol, Igualdad, Peña Francia, Dinaga, and Concepcion Grande for operational disaster response and delivery of basic services with a total amount of 5,700,000 pesos chargeable to the Barangay Support Fund.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item, please.
Next is another communication from the Office of the City Mayor seeking for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to enter into, negotiate, and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with Unified Metro Traffic Solutions Incorporated relative to the conduct of a limited exploratory and evaluation proofs of concept of the dynamic traffic intelligence systems under actual traffic conditions in Naga.
Any comment or reaction? From the Chairman of the Committee on Transport, City Councilor General Omar Buenafe.
Mr. Chair, the local government of Naga, through our city mayor, is continuously seeking improvements in the management of our traffic system. So we welcome this move by the city government's partners. So I move, Mr. Chair, that we pass a resolution authorizing the city mayor to enter into, negotiate, and sign the memorandum of agreement with Unified Metro Traffic Solutions Incorporated relative to the conduct of a limited exploratory and evaluative proof of concept of the dynamic traffic intelligence system under actual traffic conditions in Naga. And I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? A reaction, Councilor Mendoza?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Is there a provision in the agreement that the city is not bound to purchase any goods or product or service from the United Metro Traffic Solutions?
Pakitas daw.
Kindly do something with this.
Paki-flash daw tabi si MOA. Duman sa mga conditions, obligations of So, Mr. Chair, in reaction to the query of Honorable Mendoza, wala pong the city in number 7.
So in other words, the local government unit doesn't have to spend.
In number 7, Mr. Chair, the city shall not be required to provide funds, personnel dedicated exclusively to the POC, equipment, fuel, electricity, connectivity, and so forth, Mr. Chair.
Are you satisfied with the answer of City Councilor General Omar Buenafe?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That condition, number 7, I think applies to the firm while it is undergoing that proof of concept experimentation in Naga City. Maybe, Mr. Chair, we could just include in the authorization such provision that the city is not obliged to procure services or products from the said entity. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second?
I think, Mr. Chair, I think it would be an amendment to the motion of the Honorable Buenafe, if the movement so agrees.
What is your reaction,
I,
City Councilor
submit
General
to the
Pepe?
I submit to the manifestation of Honorable
That
Mendoza,
we
Mr.
will
Chair.
include a provision stating to the effect that the local government unit will not release any extra expenses here or extra funding.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Councilor Frank Mendoza?
If I may, Mr. Chair, that the city government will not be obliged to procure.
Will not be obliged
to procure, the products or services from that. Of course, the city can always, if the services are needed, the city can always go through the procurement process, but it would not be direct procurement from that entity. It would go through the competitive process.
It will not be obliged.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Comment also from City Councilor Attorney Macaraig.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May we refer to Article 6 in response to the comment of Honorable Councilor Mendoza. There is a whole article dealing with procurement neutrality. If that would be sufficient, I move that the
City Councilor Frank, can you answer the question of City Councilor Attorney Macaraig?
What was the query?
the concern of Honorable Mendoza is addressed by Article 6, Mr. Chair.
Article 6. Can we read the entirety of Article 6? So number 1, I think, applies during the experimentation. Okay. I think item 3 would cover my concern. This MOU grants UMTS no exclusivity, preference, right of first refusal, proprietary specification, incumbency, etc. in any future procurement or project. I withdraw my motion, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so we don't have to come up with another provision. So kindly, again, make your motion, City Councilor General Omar Benefe.
Sa letter. Considering, Mr. Chair, that the MOA covers the queries and answers the queries of our honorable colleagues, I therefore respectfully move that we pass a resolution authorizing the city mayor to enter into, negotiate, and sign a memorandum of agreement with Unified Metro Traffic Solutions Incorporated relative to the conduct of a limited exploratory and evaluative proof of concept of the dynamic traffic intelligence system under actual traffic condition in Naga. And I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item, please. Can we go back to item number 7? Councilor Frank Mendoza, are you ready to tackle item number 7 of SBO?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My only concern is whether the share of the physician using the facilities of the city hospital, share from the PhilHealth, would they contribute to the cost of for the usage of the facilities of the city hospital? Maybe, Mr. Chair, a representative from the city mayor's office or anybody who drafted that document can better respond.
Before we invite a representative from the city mayor's office, can the co-chairman of the Committee on Health answer the question of City Councilor Frank Mendoza?
Mr. Chair, I just browsed quickly on the different memorandum of agreement, and I did not quite see that particular concern, Mr. Chair. So better yet, Mr. Chair, we request the presence of a representative from the City Mayor's Office. I'm considering that there's a note from the city mayor, Mr. Chair, that this should be treated as an urgent matter.
Thank you, City Councilor Dr. Gayla Bonal Gomez. We will invite a representative coming from the City Mayor's office, please. So again, we will defer discussion of item number 7. Next item, please.
Next is another communication from the Office of the City Mayor seeking for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to negotiate, enter into, and sign the amendment to the Memorandum of Agreement between the City Government of Naga and the Department of Human Settlement and Urban Development for the implementation of the new Naga City Rental Housing Project under the expanded Pambansang Pabahay para sa Pilipino or the PORFIS program.
City Councilor Dr. Jesse Albius.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Last February 10, 2026, the Sangguniang Panlungsod authorized the City Mayor to negotiate, enter into, and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development to sign the new Naga City Rental Housing Project. However, this time the request of the City Mayor is for her to be authorized to sign the amended Memorandum of Agreement, which shall include the establishment and maintain a dedicated trust fund account to serve as the depository of the escrow fund allocated for the said project. So may I move for the passage of a resolution authorizing the City Mayor to negotiate, enter into, and sign the amendment to the Memorandum Agreement between the City Government and the DSUD. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Second. Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item, please.
Next is another communication from the Office of the City Mayor seeking for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to negotiate, enter into, and sign a deed of donation with the heirs of Dominador T. Almeda, covering the donation of 2 parcels of land located in Barangay San Felipe, this city.
Again, City Councilor Dr. Jesse Albius.
Mr. Chair, I think this project is already funded by the DPWH. However, the project is pending before the DPWH, considering that there's still no deed of donation coming from the owners of the land that will be traversed by this road project. So may I move for the passage of a resolution authorizing the City Mayor to negotiate, enter into, and sign a deed of donation with the heirs of Dominador Almeda, covering the donation of 2 parcels of land located in Barangay San Felipe. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Second. Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item, please.
Next is another request from the Office of the City Mayor seeking for the passage of an ordinance reverting to the unappropriated balance the amount of 6,500,000 600, representing savings from discontinued and permanent abandoned projects under the Local Development Fund for calendar year 2026 and appropriating the same as part of the current Local Development Fund to augment the budgetary allocation for various LDF projects whose implementation costs have increased due to the sustained rise in the price of essential construction materials.
Reaction from City Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This request for a passage of an ordinance reverting to an appropriated balance. Mr. Chair, on the background, there is an allocation for the construction of 2-story 4-classroom school building at Naga City's School of Arts and Trade, located at Sabang, Naga City. However, the project is now fully funded through the grant from the Department of Education. So with this, the city mayor requesting to reallocate the supposed fund for the following local development project. I request the Secretariat to place on screen the list of project that will be funded of the 6,5,600. One is the construction of school gate at Macmariano Elementary School, the educational, the infrastructure asset road network. One is from the Isarog Heights, Carolina, the proposed drainage and road concreting. Also, the road concreting and drainage at Mabolo Homes. The proposed drainage and road concreting at Guabaville, Abella. The Guabaville, Mr. Chair, is located at Bayawas, Abella. Another is the proposed slope protection at Del Rosario. The drainage at Golden Roseville, Bagumbayan Sur, and the drainage at Uswag, Balatas. The drainage at Balconville at Concepcion Pequeña, the drainage at Upville, San Felipe, and also the drainage at Calayan, Santa Cruz, totaling the amount of 6,05,600 pesos. With this, Mr. Chair, may I move for a passage of an ordinance reverting to an appropriated balance the total amount of 6,05,600 pesos, representing savings from discontinued and permanently abandoned projects under the Local Development Fund for calendar year 2026 and appropriating the same as part of the current LDF to augment the budgetary allocation for various LDF projects whose implementation costs have increased due to the sustained rise in the prices of essential construction materials. I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any reaction? Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved on second reading.
Yes.
Councilor Barlimoro?
It's already 10:40, Mr. Chair, so may I move for a recess?
No, we have to finish this particular item. The representative coming from the city mayor's office is now here.
Although it is a privileged motion, Mr.
Yes,
Chair,
I believe.
I am withdrawing my motion.
I fully agree with you that that is a privileged motion, but the former city councilor of Naga is here, representing the city mayor's office. The rules are suspended. Councilor Mendoza, please. We will go back to item number 7 of the SBO.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At the outset, let me state that I support this BOA because it regulates the use by private physicians of our government facilities. My only concern is, halimbawa, baga si PhilHealth coverage kulang duman sa gasto kan sarong procedure na big-undertake kan sarong pribadong doktor. Who would assume the excess?
Okay. Former City Councilor Ray Ann Rentoy.
Mr. Chairman, with regard the question of the Honorable Mendoza, insofar as PhilHealth is concerned, it's always case rate, no? It's always case rate. So there is actually a case rate where we are following, and in excess of that, the patient would assume, Mr. Chairman.
Are you satisfied with the answer of former City Councilor Ray Ann Rentoy?
If I may expound, Mr. Chair, may mga instances kaya na ang sarong medical case, ang total cost pag atama duman sa pasyente is more than duman sa tinatawag PhilHealth. Kaya kung minsan kitang naabuno, so nga po, who would assume the difference, itong kulang?
Well, basically, Mr. Chair, as mentioned, it should be the patient. But since we have MAIF, no, the assistance we are getting from the DOH, so since the instruction of the city mayor is that all Nagueño should be NBB, no balance billing, so the MAIF should assume the difference of if there is any, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Reaction again from City Councilor Mendoza?
No more, Mr. Chair. I yield. So I join the motion to have this approved.
Thank you very much, former City Councilor Ray Ann Rentoy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
A question from the... Okay, so the rules are back and forth. Please make the motion, City Councilor Dr. Gail Abunal Gomez.
To enter into a memorandum of agreement with various physicians on five different nature. Each physician individual memorandum of agreement for each physician. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Recess.
Diskutiron ang mga programa, proyekto, asin mga plano kang lokal na gobyerno. Isihon ang may kamanundangan mga impormasyong manugod sa syudad ng Naga. Maging parte kang solusyon, ipag-orgulyo ang pagiging Nagueño. Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga. Risa Santos, asin Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niyatong mamoton na ang Maray na Naga.
Ano ang sukol kang progresibong syudad? Mga harlangkaw na edibisyo? Marambong na negosyo? O masararon pa? Sa Naga, ang sukulanta, disiplina. Digdi na kagamot ang totoong progreso. Pugnan ta na sana sa simpleng pagparada sa mga designadong lugar, sa paggamit ng pedestrian lanes, pagrespeto sa speed limits, pagsunod sa vending hours. Iyan ang minamauta sa disiplinaga sa dalan. Sa Naga, ang disiplina bako dahil sa takot sa penalidad, kundi dahil inikultura. Sa disiplinaga sa kapalibutan, liwatang pagtarabangan na malinigan ang satong kapalibutan. Sa pag-apon sa tamang bugtakan, pag-segregate, pagbayanihan sa paglinig ka makanal, o sa simpleng paglinig kan sa tuyang mga tungod. Sa Naga, ang disiplina bakusan ng responsibilidad. Inigawi ng pagmakulog. Sa pagdaraid, sa inaagihan. Itong makakaturog kita gabos ng tunino. Tamayo na ning nagbibidyoke ning lampas alas 10 ng pagni. Tamayo na itong nagmumotor na maribok ang tambutsyo. Asin mayot na ning nag-iirinuman sa luwas kan laro. Iyan ang minamauta sa disiplinaga sa komunidad. Ang disiplinaga bako sa ng programa. Ini sa tong kultura. Ini sa tong panuga. Asin nagpupun ini sa tuya gabos. Ang progreso bakong dipisil. Kun may disiplinaga.
Diskutiron ang mga programa, proyekto, asin mga plano kang lokal na gobyerno. Isihon ang may kamanundangan mga impormasyong manugod sa syudad ng Naga. Maging parte kang solusyon, ipag-orgulyo ang pagiging Nagueño. Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga. Risa Santos, asin Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niyatong mamoton na ang Maray na Naga. Diskutiron ang mga programa, proyekto asin mga plano kang lokal na gobyerno. Isihon ang may kamanundangan mga impormasyong manugod sa syudad ng Naga. Maging parte kang solusyon, ipag-orgulyo ang pagiging Nagenyo. Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga. Risa Santos asin Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niyatong mamoton na ang Maray na Naga. Diskutiron ang mga programa, proyekto asin mga plano kang lokal na gobyerno. Isihon ang may kamanundangan mga impormasyong manugod sa syudad ng Naga. Maging parte kang solusyon, ipag-orgulyo ang pagiging Nagenyo. Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga. Risa Santos asin Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niyatong mamoton na ang Maray na Naga.
Ano ang sukol kang progresibong syudad? Mga harlangkaw na edibisyo? Marambong na negosyo? O masararon pa? Sa Naga, ang sukulanta, disiplina. Digdi na kagamot ang totoong progreso. Pugnan ta na sana sa simpleng pagparada sa mga designadong lugar, sa paggamit ng pedestrian lanes, pagrespeto sa speed limits, pagsunod sa vending hours. Iyan ang minamauta sa disiplinaga sa dalan. Sa Naga, ang disiplina bako dahil sa takot sa penalidad, kundi dahil inikultura. Sa disiplinaga sa kapalibutan, liwatang pagtarabangan na malinigan ang satong kapalibutan. Sa pag-apon sa tamang bugtakan, pag-segregate, pagbayanihan sa paglinig kan mga kanal, o sa simpleng paglinig kan sa tuyang mga tungod. Sa Naga, ang disiplina bakusan ng responsibilidad, inigawi ning pagmakulog, sa pagdaraid, sa inaagihan. Itong makakatulog kita gabos ning tunino. Tamayo na ning nagbibidyoke ning lampas alas 10 ning pagni. Tamayo na itong nagmumotor na maribok ang tambutsyo. Asin mayo na ning nag-iirinuman sa luwas kan laro. Iyan ang minamauta sa disiplinaga sa komunidad. Ang disiplinaga, bako sa ng programa. Ini sa tong kultura. Ini sa tong panuga. Asin nagpupun ini sa tuya gabos. Ang progreso, bakong dipisil. Kun may disiplinaga.
Diskutiron ang mga programa, proyekto asin mga plano kang lokal na gobyerno. Isihon ang may kamanundangan mga impormasyong manugod sa syudad ng Naga. Maging parte kang solusyon, ipag-orgulyo ang pagiging Nagenyo. Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga. Risa Santos asin Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niya tong mamoton na ang Maray na Naga. Diskutiron ang mga programa, proyekto asin mga plano kang lokal na gobyerno. Isihon ang may kamanundangan mga impormasyong manugod sa syudad ng Naga. Maging parte kang solusyon, ipag-orgulyo ang pagiging Nagenyo. Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga. Risa Santos asin Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niya tong mamoton na ang Maray na Naga. Diskutiron ang mga programa, proyekto asin mga plano kang lokal na gobyerno. Isihon ang may kamanundangan mga impormasyong manugod sa syudad ng Naga. Maging parte kang solusyon, ipag-orgulyo ang pagiging Nagenyo. Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga. Risa Santos asin Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niya tong mamoton na ang Maray na Naga.
Ano ang sukol kang progresibong syudad? Mga haralangkaw na edibisyo? Marambong na negosyo? O masararon pa? Sa Naga, ang sukulanta, disiplina. Digdi na kagamot ang totoong progreso. Pugnanta na sana sa simpleng pagparada sa mga designadong lugar, sa paggamit ng pedestrian lanes, pagrespeto sa speed limits, pagsunod sa vending hours. Iyan ang minamauta sa disiplinaga sa dalan. Sa Naga, ang disiplina bako dahil sa takot sa penalidad, kundi dahil inikultura. Sa disiplinaga sa kapalibutan, liwatang pagtarabangan na malinigan ang satong kapalibutan. Sa pag-apon sa tamang bugtakan, pag-segregate, pagbayanihan sa paglinig kamakanan, o sa simpleng paglinig kan sa tuyang mga tungod. Sa Naga, ang disiplina bako sa ng responsibilidad. Inigawi ning pagmakulog sa pagdaraid, sa inaagihan. Itong makakatulog kita gabos ning tunino. Tamayo na ning nagbibidyoke ning lampas alas 10 ning pagni. Tamayo na itong nagmumotor na maribok ang tambutsyo. Asin mayo na ning nag-iirinuman sa luwas kan araw. Iyan ang minamauta sa disiplinaga sa komunidad. Ang disiplinaga bako sa ng programa. Ini sa tong kultura. Ini sa tong panuga. Asin nagpupun ini sa tuya gabos. Ang progreso bakong dipisil kun may disiplinaga.
Diskutiron ang mga programa, proyekto asin mga plano kang lokal na gobyerno. Isihon ang may kamanundangan mga impormasyong manugod sa syudad ng Naga. Maging parte kang solusyon, ipag-orgulyo ang pagiging Nagenyo. Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga. Risa Santos asin Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niya tong mamoton na ang Maray na Naga. Diskutiron ang mga programa, proyekto asin mga plano kang lokal na gobyerno. Isihon ang may kamanundangan mga impormasyong manugod sa syudad ng Naga. Maging parte kang solusyon, ipag-orgulyo ang pagiging Nagenyo. Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga. Risa Santos asin Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niya tong mamoton na ang Maray na Naga. Diskutiron ang mga programa, proyekto asin mga plano kang lokal na gobyerno. Isihon ang may kamanundangan mga impormasyong manugod sa syudad ng Naga. Maging parte kang solusyon, ipag-orgulyo ang pagiging Nagenyo. Kaibahan ang pag-irima sa Public Information Office kang LGU-Naga. Risa Santos asin Jason Lola. Tuyong aldaw na Sabado, alas 8 ng aga, sarabay niya tong mamoton na ang Maray na Naga.
Ano ang sukol kang progresibong syudad? Mga haralangkaw na edibisyo? Marambong na negosyo? O masararong pa? Sa Naga, ang sukulanta, disiplina. Digdi na kagamot ang totoong progreso. Pugnanta na sana sa simpleng pagparada sa mga designadong lugar, sa paggamit ng pedestrian lanes, pagrespeto sa speed limits, pagsunod sa vending hours. Iyan ang minamauta sa disiplinaga sa dalan. Sa Naga, ang disiplina bako dahil sa takot sa penalidad, kundi dahil inikultura. Sa disiplina sa kapalibutan,
Okay. Session resumed.
Next item under unfinished business is the proposed ordinance sponsored by Honorable Jesse Albios and City Youth Councilor Francis Ray Alferez, adopting policy on the effect of hereditary succession on fully vested socialized housing properties within the City of Naga, clarifying the application of Section 14 of Republic Act 7279 to heirs who acquired by operation of law, and providing guidelines for city certification, legal endorsement, and requests for cancellation, correction, or supplementation of title annotation subject to land registration law.
City Councilor Dr. Jesse Albios.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. The proposed ordinance is titled, An Ordinance Adopting the Policy on the Effect of Hereditary Succession on Fully Vested Socialized Housing Properties within the City of Naga, clarifying the application of Section 14 of Republic Act number 7279 or the Urban Development and Housing Act to heirs who acquire by operation of law, and providing guidelines for city certifications, legal endorsement, and requests for cancellation, correction, or supplementation of title annotations subject to land registration law. On January 27, 2026, Mr. Chair, the Naga City Urban Development and Housing Board unanimously approved Board Resolution number 2026-02 entitled, A Resolution Adopting a General Policy on the Effect of Hereditary Succession on Socialized Housing Properties after full ownership has vested in the original beneficiaries, and clarifying the non-applicability of Section 14 of Republic Act 7279 to heirs who acquire ownership by operation of law. Tin paki-flash tabi si Board Resolution. Okay, flash on screen, Mr. Chair, is the Board Resolution number 2026-02, signed by the Chair of the Naga City Urban Development Housing Board, the Honorable City Mayor Lenny Robredo. So, this particular, the resolution shall serve as a general guiding policy in the evaluation and resolution of present and future cases involving inheritance of socialized housing properties where full ownership had vested prior to the death of the original beneficiary. So in order to institutionalize this particular board resolution, this representation filed this proposed ordinance adopting the policy on the effect of hereditary succession on fully vested socialized housing properties. Ang ordinansang ini nagtatauning malinaw na giya manunungod sa pagpamana o hereditary succession kan mga socialized housing properties sa Naga. Piglilinaw kainin na ang mga restriksyon sa irarom kang Section 14 kang Republic Act number 7279 aron kang pagbabawal sa pagpabakal ng mga awarded na lote na applicable sa nasa original na beneficiaryo mantang sinda na bubuhay pa. So iklaro digdi, Mr. Chair, na ang Section 14 of Republic Act 7279 applies only to the original beneficiary and not to the heirs who are considered as ordinary owners. So may I proceed to the content of the proposed ordinance? The title shall be Hereditary Succession Policy for Fully Vested Socialized Housing Properties of Naga City. So, may I state the Section 14 of Republic Act 7279, it says, limitations on the disposition of lands. No land for socialized housing, including improvements of rights thereon, shall be sold, alienated, conveyed, encumbered, or leased by any beneficiary of this program except to qualified program beneficiaries as determined by the government agency concerned. Should the beneficiary unlawfully sell, transfer, or otherwise dispose of his lot or any right thereon, the transaction shall be null and void. He shall also lose his right to the land, forfeit the total amortization paid thereon, and shall be barred from the benefits under this Act for a period of 10 years from the date of violation. So Section 2 is the declaration of policy. It is the policy of the city government of Naga to recognize and protect the vested rights of socialized housing beneficiaries have fully complied with their program obligations while preserving the integrity of the city's social housing programs and restrictions validly imposed upon original beneficiaries under Section 14 of Republic Act number 7279. Section 3, it says the scope and coverage. This ordinance shall apply to socialized housing properties within the territorial jurisdiction of the City of Naga that were awarded, sold, conveyed, or otherwise transferred to qualified beneficiaries under city-administered or city-supported socialized housing programs, provided that all of the following conditions are present. Letter A, the property was validly covered by a socialized housing program or award. Letter B, the original beneficiary fully paid the purchase price or award cost and satisfied all outstanding financial and program obligations required by the city. Letter C, full ownership vested in the original beneficiary through a deed of absolute sale, final award, or equivalent final conveyance document. Letter D, the original beneficiary died after such full ownership had been vested. And letter E, the present claimants acquired or claim to have acquired the rights by hereditary succession and not through a prohibited inter vivos transfer or disguised disposition. This ordinance shall not apply to properties where full ownership had not yet vested at the time of death, except to the extent that Section 14 of Republic Act number 7279 allows heirs to assume outstanding obligations, nor shall it apply to disputed, simulated, or unlawful transfers unless and until the proper authority or court determines the rights of the parties. So, under Section 14 is a definition of terms. Section 5, the controlling rules on Section 14 of Republic Act number 7279 and succession. It says in letter A, continuing application to original beneficiaries. The limitations under Section 14 of Republic Act number 7279 shall continue to bind the original beneficiary during his or her lifetime. Letter B, death before full ownership vests. If the original beneficiary dies before full ownership has vested, the third paragraph of Section 14 of Republic Act number 7279 shall apply. Letter C, death after full ownership vests. If the original beneficiary dies after full ownership has been vested and all program obligations have been fulfilled, the conditional succession and reversion mechanism under the third paragraph of Section 14 of Republic Act number 7279 shall not apply. Succession shall be governed by the Civil Code and other applicable laws. In Section 6, Mr. Chair, we have the determination of full ownership vesting. For the purpose of this ordinance, full ownership shall be deemed vested only upon certification by HSDO based on official city records submitted by the applicant that the original beneficiary, letter A, has fully paid the purchase price or award cost, satisfy all outstanding financial obligations, penalties, charges, or program requirements required by the city, if any. Letter C, completed the required period of occupancy or other programmatic conditions, if applicable under the specific housing program or award. Letter D, received or was issued a deed of absolute sale, final award, or equivalent ownership documents evidencing final conveyance. And letter E, died after such full ownership had been vested. The absence of any of the foregoing elements shall be sufficient grounds for HSDO to deny certification under this ordinance. Section 7 says the status of heirs who acquire after full vesting. And Section 8, the application for HSDO certification, it listed the requirements that the applicant must submit to the Housing Settlement and Development Office. For Section 9, the process on the verification and certification of the Housing Settlement and Development Office. And under Section 10, is the City Legal Office endorsement. Upon request of HSDO or the applicant, and after review of the relevant documents, the City Legal Office may issue a legal endorsement supporting the heirs' request for cancellation, correction, or supplementation of a Section 14 annotation, provided the requirements of this ordinance are satisfied. For Section 11, assistance in the title annotation cancellation, it outlines, Mr. Chair, the role of the HSDO and the City Legal Office in such particular manner. In Section 19, in case there are contested claims, adverse claims, and pending proceedings, the HSDO shall suspend processing and maintain the status quo until a final court order, approved settlement instrument, register of deeds or land registration authority determination, or other legally sufficient document acceptable to HSDO and the concerned offices have been complied. For Section 13, we have the exclusions and limitations. This ordinance shall not apply to, nor shall it be invoked to support, letter A, properties where the original beneficiary died before full ownership had vested, except under the assumption of obligation rules expressly provided in Section 14 of Republic Act number 7279. Letter B, properties with unpaid purchase price, unsettled amortizations, unresolved penalties, or unfulfilled program obligations. Letter C, sales, waivers, quit claims, assignments, leases, mortgages, simulated transfers, or other inter vivos disposition prohibited by Republic Act number 7279. Letter D, claims based on the theory that the property was never validly socialized housing unless finally determined by the proper authority of court.
Excuse me,
Yes.
City Councilor Dr. Jesse Albios. I understand that copies were furnished to the members of the council. Any question or reaction?
Yes, Mr. Chair, copies were submitted as early as 2 weeks ago.
Yes, and I do hope the members of the council read the proposed ordinance. So any reaction or comment? Yes, City Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Clarity lang, Mr. Chair. May I ask the proponent, isa lang ito legally hereditary duman sa housing or sa urban poor project na pwedeng mag.
Thank you,
Okay,
Mr. Chair.
City Councilor Doc Albios.
Under this proposed ordinance, Mr. Chair, ang original beneficiary lang ang pigko-considered na covered kan si Section 14 kang Republic Act 7279. Si heirs niya, pigko-consider na po siyang ordinary owners. So, gustong sabihin sa iyang agom, mga aki, yun po si mga heirs niya. And there is in the covered kang restrictions. And igo po kayong cases sa housing board na pigdudulog na si mga heirs nagre-request na pagdain ng nikaipuan si properties, nagre-request ng ipabakal na si properties, which is in accordance man sa restriction na 10 years period.
Okay, any other question? Councilor Baldemoro.
Meaning, Mr. Chair, if na-transfer na sa heirs and more than 10 years na, allowed na ba siyang ipabakal?
Yes, Mr. Chair, may legal basis ang pagpabakal na within 10 years upon award, dapat din siya ipabakal, pero after 10 years, allowed na siya under the law.
So the timeline is 10 years.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Any other comment or question? Councilor Frank Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a follow-up to the question of the Honorable Baldemoro. Ang 10 years na period is reckoned from what time? From award?
From award of the, upon issuance kang title, not from the time of the award of the property, but on the issuance of the title.
So halimbawa may beneficiary, nabayaran niya after, let's say, 8 years, tinan siyang award papers. So, on the 18th year, ang pagbilang kang 10 taon.
Yes, Mr. Chair. 8 years si pagbayad niya, then another 10 years para makomply si 10 years restrictive period.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, any other comment or question or reaction from the city youth officials?
Any remarks from our city youth councilors? There being none, Mr. Chair.
Okay, you can make the final motion now.
Yes, Mr. Chair, may I move that we pass ordinance of adopting the policy on the effect of hereditary succession on fully vested socialized housing properties within the city of Naga, clarifying the application of Section 14 of Republic Act Number 7279 to heirs who acquire by operation of law, and providing guidelines for city certifications, legal endorsement, and request for cancellation, correction, or supplementation of title annotation subject to land registration on second reading. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved on second reading. Next item, please.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Jefferson Romeo Felix, establishing a healthy beverage policy for city-funded programs, activities, and official repressment provisions in the city of Naga.
City Councilor Jefferson Felix.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I occupy the rostrum, Mr. Chair? Medyo hababa kaya, Mr. Chair. Ang
Okay,
mic.
please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So this is the proposed ordinance setting as the Healthy Beverage Policy Ordinance of Naga City. Just for a quick background, Mr. Chair, over the years, nagtataas ng kaso kang may mga chronic kidney diseases. And among its primary reasons are the lifestyle and dietary choices of our people. And digdi sa Naga, nagmamanifest naman siya, Mr. Chair, given si mga cases ngunyan sa mga clinics na nagpapatreat for kidney diseases. And given this, Mr. Chair, this is first among the ordinances that we will file to address this problem. So this is an ordinance establishing a healthy beverage policy for city-funded programs, activities, and official refreshment provisions in the city of Naga. It is said here, Mr. Chair, that government does not only govern through laws, budgets, and programs. It also governs through the standards it sets, the practices it funds, and the habits it quietly normalizes. And sa tuya po, Mr. Chair, sa City Government of Naga, dakulon po kita mga events na tig-fundan, dakulon po kita events na tig-organize kung saan na mga fellow Nagueños na po nag-attend. And in there, may mga provisions po kita na food, may mga beverage provisions din po kita. And in this ordinance, Mr. Chair, under Section 2 of this ordinance, it is hereby declared as the policy of the City Government of Naga to promote healthier beverage choices in city-funded activities and official refreshment provisions. So the city government shall lead by example in the use of public funds by making potable drinking water the default beverage and limiting the routine purchase, service, distribution, and official promotion of sugar-sweetened beverages and energy drinks which are high in caffeine. For the objectives, Mr. Chair, Section 3, this ordinance shall pursue the following objectives. First is to make potable drinking water the default beverage in covered settings. Second is to align city-funded procurement and refreshment provision with preventive public health. Next is to limit the routine official purchase, service, distribution, and promotion of sugar-sweetened beverages and energy drinks. Because, Mr. Chair, there are instances that in our events in the City Government of Naga, nagtataon ng mga soda drinks, ng mga very sweet beverages. Kaya, ipagbabawal ta na siya, Mr. Chair. Next is to promote healthier beverage choices in city-funded activities involving children, adolescents, students, and youth. Next is to preserve lawful sponsorships and partnerships while ensuring compliance with the standards
excuse
of this
me.
ordinance.
City Councilor
Yes, Mr.
Jefferson
Chair.
Felix, I understand again that copies of this proposed ordinance were given to the members of the council.
Yes, Mr. Chair. This was also thoroughly discussed also in the committee, Mr. Chair.
So, do you have any comment or question or observation regarding the proposed ordinance of Councilor Jefferson Felix? Yes, City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I fully support this proposed ordinance. In fact, sa rin yung paagi, ngani si mga hilang sa kidney, sa liver, sa puso, mababas-babasan. Tambulong man talaga sa mga hilang na yan is lifestyle. Baka manggayon si bulong eh. So, I strongly and fully support this proposed ordinance. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, so in other words, we will just be serving water.
Yes, Mr. Chair. And yes, Mr. Chair. And in addition to that, Mr. Chair, may compromise lang na pinakiulay during the committee hearing na kapag may mga conferences po kita or some other events na maghapon siya, ang pinaka-compromise, Mr. Chair, ay plain brewed coffee or unsweetened tea. So that will be the maximum tolerance, Mr. Chair.
But the water should not be
Yes, Mr. Chair.
in plastic containers. Because, are you aware of this nanoplastic
Yes, Mr. Chair.
controversy?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
That supposedly inside a bottle of water, millions of nanoplastic particles
Yes, Mr. Chair.
are lodged. Okay, so how do you go about providing water, safe water to the committee members or to the participants in city activities?
Mr. Chair, in the ordinance, it is also intended that that potable drinking water shall be made visibly available and accessible whenever practicable. So, Mr. Chair, pag may mga events po ang city, kung possible and practicable na iguang dispenser, so it should be provided, Mr. Chair.
Okay, any other question or observation or comment from the regular members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod? Okay, from the city youth. Yes, City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I am tempted to propose a complementary ordinance entitled, due to your comment on microplastic, the Tapayan Ordinance, because that would be organic and very safe to our health. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, City Councilor Mendoza. Take your turn.
From the City Youth Councilors, may I acknowledge City Youth Councilor Francis Alvarez.
Hello. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have the comment to the proposed ordinance of Honorable Jepson, and I support this ordinance po. I already observed and analyzed this practice when I visited the SK Council of Barangay Santa Cruz. Then this practice show how important that we just drink the water po. Dahil kang nagduman po ako sa SK Council Ninda and may program Sinda, si practice po na iniyo yung tiga-implement Ninda. And upon observation po, mas magayon po talaga na sa mga event, mas highly recommend na water si tigi-inom kaysa duman sa mga soda and other ano po. Dahil beneficial kaini, talagang normal lang po, tubig lang iniinom ninda duman.
Thank you, City Youth Councilor Francis Alvarez, for that comment. Any other remarks from our City Youth officials? Yes, City Youth Councilor Michael John Ribulocon, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First, my manifestation of support of this proposed ordinance of the Honorable Jefferson Felix. May I suggest, since the Honorable Vice Mayor, our presiding officer, suggested, how about the safe water, since the nanoplastics are already relevant sa mga iniinumtang plastic bottles. So may I suggest that igo naman po bagang na purchase na certain water brand mountain sa logo na ang laganan kang water is papasaon. So I think it is okay na ito ang i-purchase para ipa-distribute sa mga city-funded na para maiwasan din si consumption kang nanoplastic sa mga beverage na ininom. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Bolocon, for that remark.
Yes, please.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Actually, it's a really good suggestion, Mr. Chair. Although, I think we can leave it up to the IRR, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Any follow-up from our City Youth Councilor Bolocon? Satisfied? Okay.
No other comment or question or observation? So, City Councilor Jefferson Felix, kindly make the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. With this, Mr. Chair, may I now move that we pass the ordinance establishing a healthy beverage policy for city-funded programs, activities, and official refreshment provision in the city of Naga for second reading, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. And we will be expecting the Tapayan ordinance coming from City Councilor Frank Mendoza. Next item, please.
Next item is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Jefferson Romeo Felix, establishing a healthy food environment policy for city-funded programs, activities, and official food provisions in the City of Naga.
Again, City Councilor Jefferson Felix.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is an ordinance na complementary po duman sa healthy beverage policy, but this time it's on healthy food environment policy, Mr. Chair. So, digdi, Mr. Chair, i-define pa lang, Mr. Chair, under Section 4, healthy food option refers to food or a meal that provides useful nutrients and is not excessive in added sugar, salt, or unhealthy fats. It may include fruits, vegetables, legumes, root crops, eggs, fish, lean meat, or minimally processed staple foods, balanced meals, and other practical local food choices. A defined mandigdi, Mr. Chair, see processed food, semi-processed food, and highly processed food, Mr. Chair. For Section 6, Mr. Chair, so I will just read, Mr. Chair. In all covered settings, practical, affordable, locally available, and culturally appropriate healthy food options shall be prioritized. So in assessing food choices, the ingredients, nutritional value, preparation, portion, and degree of processing shall be considered. Processed and semi-processed foods may qualify as healthy food options when their overall nutritional quality is consistent with this ordinance. Ining provision na ni Mr. Chair is actually guided by CPNO because ang pinaka-main na hinahanap po talaga is the nutrition component of the food. And basically, Mr. Chair, almost same provisions, Mr. Chair, as the healthy beverage policy, Mr. Chair.
So again, copies of this proposed ordinance had been given to the members of the council. So any question, remarks, or observation?
From the City Youth Councilor, may I acknowledge City Youth Councilor Honorable Althea Reyes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to ask the proponent po if kasali po sa ordinance na ni ang mga concessionaires. Kasi, say for example po, yung Tagboan po is a city-funded program. So, kasali po ba yung mga mag-a-apply for concessionaire? Thank you po.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To answer, Mr. Chair, ining policy ta, Mr. Chair, nakafocus lang siya sa provision kang city government. Ito pong mga concessionaires and other food vendors are kumbaga private, kumbaga nagbebenta sinda, Mr. Chair, na they po sinda covered digdi. Initially, Mr. Chair, just for background, Mr. Chair, covered kaning ordinance na ni Sigabus na nagtitinda sa city government settings and city controlled facilities. However, Mr. Chair, dahil sa pakiulay po kang mga vendors association po, tig-revert ta siya, Mr. Chair, to limited to only the food na tigpo-procure kang city and itatao kang city. Including, Mr. Chair, si mga itatao sa Paskuhan and other relief operations, Mr. Chair. Just to add some details, Mr. Chair, para aram din po kang gabus, the CPNO has suggested or recommended before na instead of canned goods, highly processed food siya, instead of canned goods, Mr. Chair, ang ipoprovide for the next provisions or welfare goods ay itong mga ulam na naka-tetra packs because according to CPNO, Mr. Chair, kumbaga little to none na preservatives yung ginagamit doon, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Felix. Did that satisfy your inquiry, Honorable Reyes? Thank you.
Mr. Chair, if I may add as well,
yes,
siguro as part of the amendment of this one, because naalala ko si comment ni Mayor Lenny during the City Nutrition Council meeting, she said na pag-abot po sa mga vendors within city government premises, instead of totally banning it, why not we just propose an incentive program for them? Like for example, if nagre-rent po sinda sa city government ning sarong espasyo or stall, or kung pa nga sa concessionaire, kung may mga booth, kumbaga, as an incentive program, kapag may mga healthy beverage and food options ka, kumbaga may certain percentage na discount ka duman po sa ibabayad mo na for the stall or participation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Felix. Any other inquiry or comments from our City Youth Councilors?
Okay, so in other words, the legendary cupcakes and skyflakes will be prohibited from being served during committee hearings?
As much as possible, Mr. Chair.
Any other reaction or question? Yes, City Councilor Attorney Macaraig.
I fully support the proposed ordinance of Honorable Councilor Jefferson Felix. I just want to state, Mr. Chair, that it would have been more ideal if we can also promote local products. Siyempre po may sahog ang chop suey, and we can source them locally from our local farmers. If there's provision there giving imprimatur to purchase, if possible, as long as possible, practicable food produced locally, not only in Naga City, in the whole of Camarines Sur or Bicol, to also support the efforts of our farming sector. Also, we have as an ordinance against single-use plastic, but in every city event funded by the city, I think we are one of the violators. So in line with this ordinance, Mr. Chair, I just would like to highlight that not only should we be cautious because we are in the government, but also we should promote our own local resources. I fully support the ordinance, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, City Council Attorney Macaraig. Reaction from the principal proponent?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Medyo nahapiyawan siya, Mr. Chair, under Section 6, but I think pwede ko siyang mas i-highlight, Mr. Chair, to if ever to prioritize si mga locally produced na mga goods for this
So you will include the
Yes, Mr. Chair. I will just
proposal made by City Councilor Attorney Macaraig.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I will just make it reflect in the final copy of the policy.
Okay, so I think there are no questions now. You can proceed with the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. With this, Mr. Chair, may I now move that we pass the ordinance establishing a healthy food environment policy for city-funded programs, activities, and official food provision in the city of Naga. So I move, Mr. Chair. On second
Any
reading.
second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, City Councilor Jefferson Felix. Next item, please.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Melvin Ramon Buenape and Michael Janry Bolocon prohibiting government officials, in employees, private individuals, group or business entities, loan operators, and household beneficiaries of Pantawid Pamilya Filipino program or the 4Ps in using or accepting the issued 4Ps cash card or collateral for loans.
City Councilor General Omar Buenafe.
Mr. Chair, this item is part of the report of the Committee on Laws and Ordinances and will be presented there. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, City Councilor General Buenafe. Next item, please.
Next is another proposal from Honorable Buenape and Honorable Bolocon providing guidelines for the mandatory registration and accreditation of tricycle operators and drivers associations or the TODA and pedicab operators and drivers association or the PODA in the city of Naga.
Again, City Councilor General Omar Buenafe.
Mr. Chair, this is a revised copy of the proposed ordinance which is also pending before the joint committees of Committee on Transport and Laws and Ordinances.
So that will form part of the report of the Committee on Transport?
We return it back to the committees, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Next is the committee report of the Committee on Laws and Ordinances for the hearing last June 23.
Committee on Laws and Ordinances.
Acknowledging the City's Councilor Honorable Shane Olan Gonzalez to render the report on the Committee on Laws and Ordinances.
Hello. Hello. Mr. Chair, may I request for acknowledgement of this committee report?
Your report is duly acknowledged.
The report is dated June 23, 2026. There was a quorum, Mr. Chair.
There was a quorum. Thank you.
Item number 1, the letter dated June 9, 2026 from Punong Barangay Gerald R. Rito of Barangay Concepcion Grande, Naga City, submitting Barangay Ordinances number 2, Curfew Ordinance of Minors, and Ordinances number 3, Parental Responsibility and Child Protection Ordinance, and Ordinances number 4, Vowsy Desk Ordinance, all series of 2026 for review. May I dispense with the reading of this position, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On Barangay Ordinance number 2, series of 2026, entitled An Ordinance Imposing Curfew Hours for Minors Within the Territorial Jurisdiction of Barangay Concepcion Grande from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., providing guidelines for its implementation and for other purposes, the committee resolved to defer action on matter and return Barangay Ordinance number 2, series of 2026, entitled An Ordinance Imposing Curfew Hours for Minors within the territorial jurisdiction of Barangay Concepcion Grande from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., providing guidelines for its implementation and for other purposes to the Barangay Government of Concepcion Grande for the incorporation of the inputs and recommendations made by the committee members during the hearing. The committee further resolved to await the revised Barangay Ordinance before taking further action. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Item number 2, on Barangay Ordinance number 3, Series of 2026, entitled An Ordinance Enacting Parental Responsibility, Acts and Establishing Comprehensive Programs on Positive Parenting, Child Protection, and Community Education, and providing for its local implementation in Barangay Concepcion Grande. The committee resolved to return Barangay Ordinance number 3, Series of 2026, entitled An Ordinance Enacting Parental Responsibility, Acts and Establishing Comprehensive Programs on Positive Parenting, Child Protection, and Community Education, and providing for its local implementation in Barangay Concepcion Grande to the Barangay Government of Concepcion Grande for revision to incorporate the inputs and recommendations made by the committee members during the discussion. The committee further resolved to await the submission of the revised version of the Barangay Ordinance before taking into further action. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Number 3, Ordinance number 4, Series of 2026, entitled An Ordinance Establishing the Barangay Violence Against Women and Their Children, or VAUCI-DESC, designating a VAUCI-DESC officer and providing guidelines for its operation. The committee resolved to recommend the passage of a resolution declaring Barangay Ordinance number 4, Series of 2026, entitled An Ordinance Establishing the Barangay Violence Against Women and Their Children, or VAUCI-DESC, designating a VAUCI-DESC officer and providing guidelines for its operations as valid. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next is letter dated June 10, 2026 from Rene B. Roquid, Barangay Kagawad, Concepcion, Pequeña, endorsing Barangay Ordinance number 7, Series of 2026, creating the Barangay Against Drugs Organization, or BRAD, of Barangay Concepcion, Pequeña, Naga City. May I dispense with the reading of the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Felix, jointly seconded by members of the committee present, the committee resolved to recommend to the plenary the passage of a resolution declaring Barangay Ordinance number 7, Series of 2026 of Barangay Concepcion, Pequeña, Naga City, entitled An Ordinance Creating the Barangay Against Drugs Organization, or BRAD, of Barangay Concepcion, Pequeña, Naga City as valid. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
That ends the report, Mr. Chair. Thank you po.
Thank you, City Youth Councilor Shane Olen Gonzalez. Next item, please.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Francisco Mendoza, co-authored by CY Councilor Althea Isabel Reyes, pegging the price of farm inputs lent to farmers under the Sustainable Agriculture for Rural Income Growth in Naga, or SARIG Naga, loan program to pre-Middle East crisis levels, converting the price difference into government subsidy.
City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
CR.
Where is the chairman of the Committee on Agriculture?
CR.
So we will defer discussion of this item until the arrival of City Councilor Frank Mendoza. Next item, please.
Next is the committee report of the Committee on Transport for the hearing last July 1st.
The Committee on Transport, headed by City Councilor General Omar Buenafe.
Mr. Chair, with the permission of the Chair, City Council, counterpart Councilor Honorable Bulocon will be rendering the report, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Acknowledging City Youth Councilor Honorable Michael Jenry Bulocon to render the report on the Committee on Transport.
Mr. Chair, may I request for the acknowledgement of the Committee on Transport report.
Your report is duly acknowledged.
The committee report was held last July 1, 2026, and there was a quorum.
There was a quorum. Thank you.
The first business is the first endorsement letter dated on June 4, 2026 from Ms. Lillian O. Pascual, Acting SP Secretary and Head of the Tri-Mobile Task Force, respectfully endorsing the following application for the transfer of a Tri-Mobile franchise for review and approval. For Mr. Victorio B. Botastas to Ms. Angela Vijoy R. Botastas. For Mr. Proferio B. Bea to Mr. Emmanuel L. Bea. For Mr. Albino S. Dizon to Mr. William S. Dizon. And to Mr. Roque V. Fuenzalida to Ms. Alma F. Salvador. Mr. Chair, may I directly go to the disposition?
Yes, please.
On the application of Mr. Victorio B. Botastas, finding all the documents to be complete and in order, on motion of Honorable Jesse R. Albius, duly seconded by Mr. Alberto Darilay, Civil Councilor Michael Jenry Bulocon, Civil Councilor Altea Reyes, and Civil Councilor Francis Ray Alferez, the committee resolved to recommend to the plenary the passage of the resolution approving the application of Mr. Victorio B. Botastas for the transfer of Tri-Mobile franchise number NC05-RTF-0378 to his daughter, Ms. Angela Vijoy R. Botastas, subject to the payment of the prescribed fees under City Ordinance number 93-049. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next, on the application of Mr. Emmanuel Albea, finding all the documents to be complete in order, and considering that there was no objection from the widow of the original franchise holder, on motion of Honorable Jesse R. Albius, duly seconded by Mr. Alberto Darilay, City Youth Councilor Altea Reyes, and City Youth Councilor Francis Ray Alferez, the committee resolved to recommend the passage of the resolution approving the application of Mr. Emmanuel Albea for franchise number NC505-ET098, which became available due to the death of his father, Mr. Porfirio B. Bea, the same being in accordance with the provisions of City Ordinance number 2014-023. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The next is the application of Mr. William S. Dizon. On motion of Honorable Jesse R. Albius, duly seconded by Mr. Alberto Darilay and City Youth Councilor Altea Reyes, the committee resolved to recommend and defer the matter due to the absence of the applicant. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next is the application of Ms. Alma F. Salvador. Finding all the documents to be complete in order, on motion of Honorable Jesse R. Albius, duly seconded by Mr. Alberto Darilay, the City Youth Councilor Ariel Capos, and City Youth Councilor Lawrence Bermundo, the committee resolved to recommend the passage of the resolution approving the application of Ms. Alma Salvador for franchise number NC05-RTF-0518, which became available due to the death of her brother, Mr. Roque V. Fuenzalida, the same being in accordance with the provisions of the City Ordinance number 2014-023. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next item is the first endorsement dated on May 28, 2026 from the acting head of the Tri-Mobile Task Force endorsing the application of Ms. Marian B. Arjona for the transfer of Tri-Mobile franchise from her deceased mother, Adoracion B. Arjona, for review and approval. Mr. Chair, may I request that I may render the disposition?
Yes, please.
Finding all the documents to be complete in order, on motion of Honorable Jesse R. Albius, duly seconded by Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza, Mr. Alberto Darilay, City Youth Councilor Ariel Capos, and City Youth Councilor Francis Ray Alferez, the committee resolved to recommend the passage of the resolution approving the application of Ms. Marian B. Arjona for franchise number NC05-RTF-0469, which became available due to the death of her mother, Adoracion B. Arjona, the same being in accordance with the provisions of the City Ordinance number 2014-023. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next item, the endorsement dated June 17, 2026 by the acting head of the Tri-Mobile Task Force forwarding the applications of Marilu B. Francisco for the transfer to her of the Tri-Mobile franchise from her brother Noel S. Bautista due to the death of the latter. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
Finding all the documents to be complete in order, on motion of Honorable Jesse R. Albius, duly seconded by Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza, Mr. Alberto Darilay, City Youth Councilor Altea Reyes, and City Youth Councilor Francis Ray Alvarez, the committee resolved to recommend the passage of the resolution approving the application of Ms. Marilu Francisco for franchise number NC05-RTF-0416, which became available due to the death of her brother, Noel S. Bautista, the same being in accordance with the provisions of the City Ordinance number 2014-023. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The next item, the letter dated May 16, 2026, from Juventino Ramirez Jr., requesting the transfer of his removal franchise to Marilu A. Orzales due to personal reasons. Mr. Chair, may I request to straight directly to the disposition.
Yes, please.
Based on the provisions under Section 2A of Ordinance Number 2014-023, which states that only transfers made only legitimate spouses between parents and children or between siblings shall be allowed. Considering that Mr. Ramirez and Mrs. Orzales are in-laws, on motion of Honorable Jesse R. Albius, seconded by Francisco M. Mendoza, and Honorable Maria Corazon M. Peñaflor, the committee resolved to recommend to deny the request of Mr. Juventino Ramirez for the transfer of the Trimobile franchise to his sister-in-law, Marilu Orzales. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Furthermore, on motion of Honorable Francisco Mendoza, unanimously seconded by the committee members, the committee resolved to recommend to direct the Public Safety Office to verify whether the operating Trimobile units are within the prescribed route measure capacity in the area, and thereafter submit their report to the committee. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
And to direct the SP Secretariat to issue a written notice to Mr. Juventino Ramirez requiring him to explain why the Trimobile franchise granted to him should not be cancelled, considering that it is non-operational. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next item, the letter dated May 21, 2026 from Leopoldo L. Gonzaga Jr., Ravipo the President, requesting that the new plate numbers for Pajak units issued by the Public Safety Office be given to them for free. Mr. Chair, may I request to straight directly to the disposition?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Jesse R. Albius, duly seconded by Mr. Alberto Darilay and City Youth Councilor Altea Reyes, the committee resolved to recommend to refer the matter to the Public Safety Office for their comments. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next item. The letter dated March 18, 2026 from Ronaldo C. Valle, Piston Development Multipurpose and Transport Service Cooperative, Naga City, submitting their intent to replace one unit of Bajaj Tri-Wheeler 299 with a franchise number of NC05-RTF-0899 granted under the resolution number 2020-299 with the traditional Trimobile unit. Mr. Chair, may I proceed to the disposition?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Jesse R. Albius, duly seconded by Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza, Mr. Alberto Darilay, City Youth Councilor Altea Reyes, and CY Councilor Francis Ray Alvarez, the committee resolved to recommend the passage of the resolution approving the application of Mr. Ronaldo C. Valle, Piston Development Multipurpose and Transport Service Cooperative, for a change of unit from Bajaj Tri-Wheeler with franchise number NC05-RTF-0899 granted under the resolution number 2020-299 to traditional Trimobile unit, subject to the compliance of all the requirements and payment of necessary fees as prescribed under Ordinance number 93-049. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next item is Barangay Ordinance Number 2026-001 of the Sangguniang Barangay of San Isidro, Naga City, designating a temporary terminal for jeepneys and tricycles at a private property located at Zone 3, San Isidro, Naga City. Mr. Chair, may I proceed to this disposition?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza, duly seconded by Honorable Jesse R. Albius, Mr. Alberto Darilay, City Youth Councilor Altea Reyes, and City Youth Councilor Francis Lawrence Bermundo, and the committee resolved to recommend that the matter be returned to the Barangay Council of San Isidro and that the Barangay Council submit a recommendatory resolution, instead taking of the note of the following information. The authority to establish a public terminal, whether permanent or temporary, is vested in the city government, is beyond the legislative authority of the barangay. So move, Mr. Chair.
No, you finish the recommendations.
Where a public terminal is proposed to be established on privately owned property, the selection of the site shall be conducted through a competitive selection process. This is necessary because the property owner will receive a share of the terminal's revenue. Accordingly, the city government shall publish a notice inviting proposals for the establishment of a terminal within the identified area, allowing all the interested property owners to submit their proposals. This process shall ensure fairness, transparency, and equal opportunity while avoiding the perception of favoritism or preferential treatment. Since the establishment and regulation of public terminals fall within the legislative authority of the Sangguniang Panlungsod, any penalties for violations relating thereto shall be prescribed through an ordinance duly enacted by the Sangguniang Panlungsod. Any proposed public terminal shall be consistent with the supportive of the city's approved local public transport route plan, or LPTRP. To expedite the process, the committee shall consider the previously submitted documents and proceed with the process of establishment of the terminal at Barangay San Isidro while waiting the issuance of the formal recommendatory resolution. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? Yes, Councilor Bermundo. City Youth Councilor Bermundo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I just correct po the record there sa taas po, since our name, my name and Councilor Francis name was stated, but it was funded by Francis Alfred po. But my name is there, Francis Lawrence Bermundo. To correct the record, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay, please take note. So, any second to the motion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next item is the Barangay Ordinance Number 2020. Next item is the Barangay Resolution Number 2026-011, interposing no objections and endorsing the applications of a certain individuals for Trimobile franchise to operate within the jurisdiction of Barangay San Isidro, Naga City. Mr. Chair, may I proceed to the disposition?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Jesse R. Albius, duly seconded by Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza, Mr. Alberto Darilay, City Youth Councilor Altea Reyes, and City Youth Councilor Francis Ray Alvarez, the committee resolved to request the Barangay Council of San Isidro to coordinate with the Trimobile Task Force on the list of the cancelled and operative franchises for their information and guidance. Furthermore, to direct the Trimobile Task Force to submit to the committee the names of the grantees and other details of those cancelled franchises. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next, the first endorsement dated May 28, 2026 from the acting head of the Trimobile Task Force endorsing the application of Ms. Dea G. Tanlo
for the transfer of Trimobile franchise from her deceased brother, Benedict G. Katimbang, for review and approval. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
Finding all the documents to be complete and in order, on motion of Honorable Jesse R. Albius, duly seconded by Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza, Mr. Alberto Darilay, City Youth Councilor Ariel Capos, and City Youth Councilor Francis Ray Alvarez, the committee resolved to recommend the passage of a resolution approving the application of Ms. Dea G. Tanlo for franchise number NC05-RTF-0633, which became available due to the death of her brother Benedict G. Katimbang, the same being in accordance with the provisions of City Ordinance number 2014-023. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next item, the proposed resolution authored by Honorable David Casper Nitan A. Serio, earnestly urging the Department of Transportation o DOTR and the Philippine National Railways or PNR to prioritize the immediate rehabilitation and full resumption of the Naga-Albay Railway line as the vital strategic alternative to mitigate transportation disruption and regional connectivity gaps. May I proceed for the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza, duly seconded by Honorable Jesse R. Albius, Honorable Maria Corazon Peñaflor, City Youth Councilor Ariel Capos, and City Youth Councilor Francis Ray Alvarez, the committee resolved to recommend the passage of the resolution urging the Department of Transportation o DOTR and the Philippine National Railways or PNR to be prioritize the immediate rehabilitation and full resumption of the Naga-Albay Railway line as a vital strategic alternative to mitigate transportation disruption and regional connectivity gaps. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next item, the letter dated May 26, 2026 from the Office of the City Mayor seeking the passage of a resolution authorizing the City Mayor to enter into, negotiate, and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with Sea Oil Philippines Incorporated relative to the implementation of the Emergency Fuel Assistance and Sustainable Jeepney Transport Promotion Program. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza, duly seconded by Honorable Jesse R. Albius, Honorable Maria Corazon Peñaflor, City Youth Councilor Ariel Capos, and City Youth Councilor Lawrence Bermundo, the committee resolved to recommend the passage of a resolution authorizing Her Honor, the City Mayor, to enter into, negotiate, and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with Sea Oil Philippines Incorporated relative to the implementation of the Emergency Fuel Assistance and Sustainable Jeepney Transfer Promotion Program. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next item, the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Maria Corazon Peñaflor, co-authored by Honorable Melvin Ramon Buenofe and Honorable Elmer Baldemoro, prescribing a uniform color scheme for all tri-mobile units operating in the city of Naga, requiring drivers to wear a prescribed uniform, providing penalties for violations and for other purposes. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza, duly seconded by Honorable Alberto Darilay, CYO Ariel Capos, and CYO Lawrence Bermundo, the committee resolved to return the proposed ordinance to the proponent for revision and to incorporate the comments and suggestions raised during the committee hearing. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
There being no further matters anymore, this is the end of our report.
Thank you very much. City Youth Councilor Michael Gendry Bolocon. City Councilor Frank Mendoza is now in the plenary. Let's go back to item number seven of the unfinished business.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That ordinance was actually approved last. I think it was just inadvertently included in the agenda.
How's that again?
That ordinance was already approved last session.
Oh. How come that it was included here in the unfinished business? So this was already approved during the last session. Okay, next item, please.
Next is the committee report with Committee on Information Technology for the hearing last July 2.
Information technology.
May I acknowledge the City Youth Councilor, the Honorable Precious Chloe De Quiroz, to render the report of the Committee on Information Technology.
Hello. Okay. So, Mr. Chair, may I request acknowledgement of this report for the Committee on Information and Technology?
Your report is duly acknowledged.
The hearing was held last July 2, 2026, and there is a quorum, Mr. Chair.
There was a quorum. Okay.
The first item is the letter dated May 25, 2026 from Attorney Angel R. Ohastro III, City Legal Officer, containing the revised legal and policy review of the proposed ordinance governing the ethical use of artificial intelligence in creative, artistic, cultural, and heritage projects and programs for the City of Naga. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Felix, jointly seconded by the members of the committee, the committee resolved to defer consideration of the matter pending the submission of the revised draft of the proposed ordinance after his consultation with the Naga City People's Council, the Naga City Arts and Culture Coalition Incorporation, and Honorable Sergio, Chairman of the Sangguniang Panlungsod Committee on Culture and Arts. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
For the second and last item, the letter dated June 3, 2026, received through electronic mail from Mr. Richard N. Palmiano, Administrative Officer of the Naga City People's Council, requesting a response from the Sangguniang Panlungsod to the comments and recommendations previously submitted concerning the proposed AI ordinance entitled An Ordinance Governing the Ethical Use of Artificial Intelligence in All Creative and Artistic Projects and Programs and Cultural and Heritage Promotions of the City of Naga, ensuring the protection of local creative practitioners, cultural workers, and heritage advocates from artistic and economic displacement. May I move to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
Considering that the committee is still conducting hearings on the request, the committee resolved to take note of the matter. There being no other, so moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
There being no more other matters, that ends my report. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, City Youth Councilor Precious Chloe De Quiroz. Next item, please.
Next is a letter from Mr. J. Percival Ablan, the Provincial Director of the Department of Trade and Industry, Camarines Sur Provincial Office, containing his comments and recommendations on the proposed ordinance regulating the use of motor vehicle exhaust system, prohibiting illegally modified and excessively loud mufflers or open pipes within Naga City.
City Councilor General Omar Bonefe.
Mr. Chair, I believe that's pending with the Committee on Law and Order. So,
okay, thank you. Yeah. Next item, please.
Item number 11 up to 22 form part of the report of the appropriations.
So, item number 11
to 22.
up to item number 22.
Yes, po.
Form part of the report of the Committee on Appropriations.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Hilda Gail Abunal Gomez and CYO Councilor Kishi Gabriel Regalado and CY Councilor Ira Denise Calleja, renaming the barangay violence against women and their children desk under ordinance number 2014-029 as the barangay violence against women and their children and gender discrimination desk, and institutionalizing the position of barangay BAUCG desk officer in all barangays of Naga City.
City Councilor Dr. Gail Abunal Gomez.
Mr. Chair, copy of this proposed ordinance has been sent to the body since last week. This proposed ordinance, Mr. Chair.
So again, copies of your proposed
Yes, Mr. Chair.
ordinance had been given to members of the council
Yes, Mr. Chair.
2 weeks ago.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So do you have comments or questions or recommendations vis-a-vis the proposed ordinance of Dr. Gail Abunal Gomez? Yes, City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Can we flash section 12?
Section 12.
Section 12 is on compensation and honorarium. It states that Barangay Bausi GD desk officer shall receive a standard honorarium or compensation, the amount of which shall be determined by the Sangguniang Panlungsod and or the Barangay Council. Mr. Chair, my only concern is that if the Sangguniang Panlungsod would be the one to determine the compensation of that desk officer, which would be charged against the barangay budget, that would again be imposing on them an obligation which is beyond our powers to impose. So my observation, Mr. Chair, is that that may raise a problem among the barangays. Nakitang madikta, pero sindang mabayad.
Reaction from the principal proponent.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, in the revision that has been omitted, honorarium or compensation will not be standard anymore. Based on the consultations, the honorarium or compensation is going to be based on the budget of the barangay. So it will really depend on the barangay council.
So in other words, there will be no mandatory honorarium?
Right now, Mr. Chair, as practice, it's actually the barangay council who determines the honorarium. And it's not standard, Mr. Chair, because it depends on the population also of.
So what is your categorical answer to the question of or observation of Councilor Frank Mendoza?
May I correct, Mr. Chair? That portion has not been revised, so it should not include the word standard in Sangguniang Panlungsod, Mr. Chair.
Are you satisfied with the answer of the principal proponent, Councilor Frank Mendoza?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Kumbaga, ang marireceive nindang honorarium would be the same as those existing BAUSI desk officer.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Subject to any revision by the barangay.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Any other comment or question? Yes, Councilor Baldemoro.
Mr. Chair, pertaining to the compensation and honorarium, in the revised ordinance, it says that the honorarium shall be coming from the barangay. May I know from the proponent if she consider a counterpart honorarium from the city? I understand that the Bausi, previously the Bausi desk officer is also requesting for a counterpart honorarium.
Yes,
Yes, the proponent.
Yes, Mr. Chair, initially that was the intention of the ordinance. However, Mr. Chair, we reverted back to the current practice because we still would like to determine the capacity of the city to provide counterpart honorarium. But that initially, Mr. Chair, that is really the intention because we are actually institutionalizing the position of the VAU-CGD desk officer in every barangay.
Will that be okay with you, City Councilor Baldimoro?
So meaning, Mr. Chair, although there is a request coming from the Barangay Bausi, but this revised ordinance does not include a counterpart honorarium?
Not yet, Mr. Chair. That concern has been explained to the VAUSI desk officers, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. City Councilor Attorney Macaraig.
May I propose that one of the duties of the VAUSI desk officer is that during calamities, disaster, and similar incidents, that the services of the VAUSI desk officer shall remain available during the times of calamities and disasters, Mr. Chair.
The principal proponent, please.
Yes, Mr. Chair, needless to say, because actually the function is really round the clock. They're not the usual they do not usually follow the 8 to 5 reporting hours in the barangay. But if the Honorable Macaraig would like that emphasized in the proposed ordinance, then I'm amenable to including that, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Any other reaction? Yes, City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a manifestation on the proposed inclusion of a provision wherein the city would provide counterpart honorarium to VAU-CGD desk officer. There is an existing circular from the Department of Budget and Management prohibiting municipalities and cities in providing counterpart honorarium to barangay personnel. And we had an audit observation memorandum on the matter. In fact, there was a time when the counterpart of the city for barangay personnel was suspended because of that. So we would be treading on risky ground, on dangerous ground, if we include a provision wherein the city would provide counterpart honorarium because it is against existing rules and regulations.
Okay, reaction from the principal proponent.
That's also actually, Mr. Chair, a part of the consideration, Mr. Chair. That provision, Mr. Chair, in drafting from the original intention of
In
the
other words,
ordinance.
you will not include that in that provision.
Right now, Mr. Chair, in the proposed ordinance, that is not included. No, so no standard honorarium, no counterpart from the city.
Okay. Any other comment from the city youth officials?
Any remarks or manifestation from our city youth councilors? There being none, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so kindly make the formal motion.
Okay, Mr. Chair, together with my co-authors, the Honorable Kishi Gabriel Regalado and the Honorable Ira Denise El Calleja, our city youth officials, may I move that this proposed ordinance renaming the Barangay Violence Against Women and Their Children VAUSI desk under Ordinance Number 2014-029 as the Barangay Violence Against Women, Their Children, and Gender Discrimination, or VAUSI GD desk, and institutionalizing the position of Barangay VAUSI GD desk officer in all barangays of Naga City. May I move for the approval on second reading, Mr. Chair?
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item, please.
Next is a letter from Army Gunay, submitting the consolidated feedback gathered from their social media channels in the implementation of the I Engage ordinance pertaining to the proposed ordinance regulating and prohibiting the unauthorized posting, installation, hanging, and display of advertising and promotional materials in the city of Naga.
Any comment regarding this particular item? Okay, thank you.
Next is the committee report of the Committee on Land Use for the hearing last July
The Committee on Land Use,
9.
headed by
The Honorable
City Councilor Dr. Jesse Albius.
Mr. Chair, may I request acknowledgement of the report of the Committee on Land Use?
Your report is duly acknowledged.
The committee hearing was held on July 9, 2026, and there was a quorum.
There was a quorum. Thank you.
First item is the letter dated June 15, 2026, from Attorney Chris Monteliano, City Legal Office, containing their legal opinion on the factual and legal basis for the conversion of an agricultural land in Barangay Pacol, Naga City, and the possible legal remedies of the city government of Naga. Corollary to this, the letter from Engineer Rodel C. Martinez, OIC Parpo 2, informing and updating the Sangguniang Panlungsod about their action regarding Resolution Number 2025-396, which requires the factual and legal basis of the conversion of a 9.0984 hectare agricultural land situated in Barangay Pacol, Naga City. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of the Honorable David Casper Nathan A. Serio, duly seconded by Honorable Alferez, Purumbargay Limbo, Ms. Vergara, and Engineer De Los Reyes, the committee resolved to endorse the matter to the City Mayor's Office to convene a coordination meeting with Eternal Gardens, the City Plan and Development Office, the City Engineer's Office, the City Legal Office, and the Barangay Council of Barangay Pacol to discuss the developer's application and determine the appropriate course of action. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Item number 2, letter dated May 25, 2026, from the City Planning and Development Office, containing their evaluation of the documents submitted by Carmencita P. General relative to her application for a special use permit for the proposed agave restaurant located at Dorfur, Rocco Building, Zone 7, San Felipe, Naga City. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of the Honorable David Casper and Nathan A. Serio, duly seconded by Honorable Alferez, Engineer De Los Reyes, Ms. Ampi Vergara, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the passage of a resolution approving the application of Ms. Carmencita P. General for a special use permit for the proposed agave resto bar located at Door 4, Rocco Building, Zone 7, Barangay San Felipe, Naga City. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Resolved further to direct the owners of Agave Resto Bar to cease and desist from operating the establishment effective July 9, 2026, that was last Thursday, until a valid mayor's permit is secured. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Item number 3 is the letter dated March 5, 2026, from the City Mayor, requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing the City Mayor to sign the deed of acceptance of donation of the Roman Catholic Archbishop of Cáceres, involving a road lot with an area of 26,748 square meters and an open space with an area of 6,120 square meters located at Barangay Concepcion Pequeña, Naga City. Corollary to this is the letter dated 23 March 2026 from Mr. Gerald Lo, President, Villa Concepcion Subdivision Homeowners Association, Incorporated, pertaining to the proposed donation by F.F. Cruz and Sons Company, Incorporated, of the road lots and open spaces in Villa Concepcion Subdivision. Also, the position paper received via electronic mail from F.F. Cruz and Company, Incorporated, signed by Raquel M. Cañano Candelaria, Councilor for the Developer, in support of the passage of a resolution authorizing the City Mayor to sign the deed of acceptance of the third amended deed of donation covering Villa Concepcion Subdivisions, road lots, and open spaces. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of the Honorable David Casper Nathan A. Serio, duly seconded by Honorable Alferez, Engineer de los Reyes, and Ms. Vergara, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the passage of a resolution authorizing the City Mayor to sign for or on behalf of the City Government of Naga the deed of acceptance of donation executed by the Roman Catholic Archbishop of Cáceres, covering a road lot with an area of 26,748 square meters and an open space with an area of 6,120 square meters, both located in Barangay Concepcion Pequeña, Naga City, subject to the submission of the certificate of completion issued by the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
That ends the report, Mr. Chair. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you. City Councilor Doc Albios. Next item, please.
Next is the committee report, the Committee on Appropriation.
The Committee on Appropriations, headed by City Councilor Elmer Baldemoro, and the report will be rendered by
the City Youth Councilor, Honorable Lawrence Jethro Bermudo, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, may I request the acknowledgement for the committee report on the Committee on Appropriation.
Your report is duly acknowledged.
It was conducted on July 13, 2026, and there was a quorum.
There was a quorum. Thank you.
Item number 1, the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Elmer S. Baldemoro fixing the per diem of the members of the Naga City People's Law Enforcement Board and the session-based honoraria of its secretariat, and the first endorsement dated 8 of April 2026 from Victor C. De La Cruz, Chairman, People's Law Enforcement Board, Naga City, forwarding their position paper in support to the proposed ordinance fixing the honorarium of pleb members and its secretariat, and letter dated 25th of June 2026 from the City Legal Officer addressed to Attorney Victor C. De La Cruz, Chairperson of the People's Law Enforcement Board, copy furnished the City Mayor and the Sangguniang Panlungsod containing his legal opinion on the proposed ordinance fixing the per diem of pleb members and honoraria of the Secretariat. May I now proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Elmer S. Baldemoro, duly seconded by Honorable Albios, Ms. De Asis, and Mr. Santo Domingo, the committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the passage on second reading of the proposed ordinance fixing the per diem of the members of the Naga City People's Law Enforcement Board and the session-based honoraria of its secretariat. Mr. Chair, may I request for the proponent to be acknowledged?
The principal proponent, City Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, may I request to the Secretariat to place on screen the proposed ordinance. Mr. Chair, as per the opinion of our City Legal Officer and per Section 69 of RA 8551, it allows the pleb members to receive per diem as may be determined by the City Council and funded by the City Government. So with this, Mr. Chair, in this proposed ordinance, the pleb members will receive the amount of 2,000 pesos per dime for every duly convened session, provided, however, that the total per dime to be received monthly shall not exceed 4,000 pesos. And also the session-based honoraria of secretariat, the pleb clerk will receive 1,200 pesos, and the pleb stenographer is 1,100 pesos per session. And the source of fund for this is chargeable against the pleb operation included in the annual budget of the city government of Naga. So with that, Mr. Chair, if there is a question. from the
Any
members.
question? Reaction? Comment? Observation from the members of the 15th Sangguniang Panlungsod? How about from the CYO?
Any remarks or manifestations from our city youth councilors? There being none, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so kindly make the formal motion. City
With that-
Councilor Elmer Balimoro.
With that, Mr. Chair, together with my city youth counterpart, the Honorable Lawrence Jetro Bermundo, may I move for the passage on second reading, the ordinance fixing the per diem of the members of the Naga City People's Law Enforcement Board and the session-based honoraria of each secretariat. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved on second reading.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Next item, please.
Item number 2, the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza authorizing the grant of medical allowance to qualified officials and employees of the city government of Naga in the amount of 7,000 per annum, prescribing the modes of availment, liquidation, and recovery mechanism, and for other purposes. And the items under this are item number 2A to 25 are letters from the department heads in response to the proposed ordinance. May I now proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the passage on second reading of the proposed ordinance authorizing the grant of medical allowance to qualified officials and employees of the city government of Naga in the amount of 7,000 per annum, prescribing the modes of availment, liquidation, and recovery mechanism, and for other purposes, subject to the submission of the revised draft incorporating the additional required benefits for HMO provider. Mr. Chair, may I request for the principal proponent to be acknowledged?
Yes, City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The revised draft has been circulated, so I am now open to questions.
So, the principal proponent is now ready to answer questions or consider reactions or observations. Yes, City Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, on Section 5, on the minimum coverage, I request the Secretariat, Section 5. In this minimum coverage, Mr. Chair, it says that the HMO must include the following minimum benefits: the preventive care program, the wellness program, the inpatient care, and emergency care. May I suggest, if the proponent is amenable, for clarity, to have a definition of the coverage, or what it is included in the following minimum benefits.
The principal proponent, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The inclusion would actually depend on the HMO because it would also depend on the age of the beneficiary as well as the price that would be paid to the HMO. So, A and B, preventive care program and wellness program, are automatically included based on the Insurance Commission guidelines. But inpatient care, emergency care, and several other services would depend on the HMO as to which one to include. But in our case, ensure that we avoid the instance wherein employees get the cheapest plan. Kumbaga, si basic lang ang kinuha. Ang services included would only be preventive and wellness program. We added that provision to ensure na included ang inpatient care and emergency care. Now, as to the query, as to the description, that would really depend on the price that I would pay as well as the age and other consideration. We cannot predefine the extent of those services, Mr. Chair.
Are you satisfied with the answer of City Councilor Frank Mendoza, City Councilor Balimoro?
Mr. Chair, ang gusto ta kaya is to ensure na itong kukaanon kang sa tuyang mga empleyado would benefit them. Kung in general lang kaya itong nakalaag, baka just the same. May nakalaag lang na inpatient care and emergency care, pero dahil malinaw kung ano itong benefits na pwede nindang ma-derive. So, but then, yun lang po itong purpose ko, na to ensure na papakinabangan ka itong mga employee ta in additional minimum benefits. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Again, the principal proponent.
Based on the issuance of the Insurance Commission, inpatient care package would include room and board accommodation, use of operating room, intensive care unit, isolation room, and other facilities of a hospital, professional fees in accordance with HMO schedule, standard nursing services, medicines for inpatient use, blood products, transfusion, X-ray, laboratory examination, dressings, conventional casts, anesthesia and its administration, oxygen and its administration, standard admission kit, all other items directly related in the medical management of the patient. But as to which one and up to what extent these services would be extended to a subscriber of an HMO plan would depend on the price, on the age, and other conditions of the client. So, we cannot predefine as to what is included in inpatient care. But there is a provision in that proposed ordinance, Mr. Chair, wherein, that's Section 6, the HMO is mandated to declare. So, if I may read, Section 6 disclosure, in submitting its proposal, an HMO participating in the selection process shall submit a copy of the draft contract for its HMO product. Tayaw na po sa kontrata ko ano si detalye. Kaya lang medyo legalist ang statement. And disclose the following minimum information in a format understandable to ordinary employees. Pag giniling kayo sa kontrata, kung medyo komplikado pa kasurat, masakit intindi yun. So we also require i-disclose si ano pa mga serbisyo. Ano mga dapat i-disclose? Letter A, annual benefit limit. Yan po si maximum benefit per year na pwedeng itaw kang HMO. Sunod, maximum benefit limit. Yan po si maximum amount na pwedeng itaw kang HMO per injury or per illness. So dapat yan i-disclose kang HMO. Sunod po, ano ang policy kang HMO on the following? Pre-existing conditions. May mga hilang kaya kita na diamond covered kang plan that is allowed under Insurance Commission guidelines. Exclusions and limitations and eligibility requirements. May mga plan kaya na pag beyond 65, di ka na pwede. So dapat i-disclose yan kang HMO. Pag-submit pa lang ang sign na proposal. Likewise, availment and claims procedure. Dapat sabihin din na paano pag-claim kang benepisyo. Sunod, very important, list of affiliated hospitals, affiliated clinics, and affiliated physicians. Sari sa ini, baka sa Naga mayo man, baka yaw niyan sa Quezon Province. So dapat ilista ninda ano si mga hospital, clinic, and doctors na affiliated sa ina na pwedeng dumanan. Next is address and contact details of the authorized representative of the HMO. Dapat i-disclose din na yan. Kung minsan nga, na-apply kita, dito nga ni Arab kung kaya ng opisina, online ang application. So with those, Mr. Chair, the concern on the previous section wherein we just state inpatient saka emergency care would be addressed by letter A because the proponent would define ano si mga services hanggang saan ang pwedeng itao and hanggang saan in totality kada taon ang pwedeng limit nila. So I think the concern of the would be addressed by the disclosure provision.
Will that be okay with you, City Councilor Elmer Baldemoro?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any other question or comments from the members of the council? Yes, City Councilor Attorney Macaraig.
Does this ordinance not exclude those who will be found positive for drug use, Mr. Chair?
Reaction, City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
If that is a pre-existing condition, I think that would be excluded. In fact, if you check the pre-existing conditions, even high blood o diabetes, nakalista naman sa pre-existing conditions, naman sa template kang Insurance Commission. So it is really important na i-disclose kang HMO ano ang mga pre-existing condition na di kabali. Whether ang drug addiction is kabali o di, siguro mahiling tayan. Anyway, during the selection process, we will know as to ano man po ang di kabali.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, City Councilor Attorney Macaraig. Any other comment from the members of the regular council? From the CYO?
Any comments or manifestation from our city youth councilors? There being none, Mr. Chair.
Okay. City Councilor Mendoza, kindly make the formal motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So with that, I move that we approve on second reading an ordinance authorizing the grant of medical allowance to qualified employees of the city government of Naga, prescribing the modes of availment, liquidation, and recovery mechanism and other purposes. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved on second reading. Next item, please.
Resolved further to direct the Medical Allowance Technical Working Group to convene and invite all interested health maintenance organization providers to present their respective quotations for a group HMO product that complies with the minimum benefit requirements identified by the Committee for City Government Employees, and to likewise invite the respective representatives of all city government offices to attend and participate in the said presentation. I so move, Mr. Chair. So move, Mr. Chair.
Did you make the motion? Yes, Councilor Balimoro.
Mr. Chair, the one that read by my counterpart is another disposition to the proposed item.
Okay. So please,
Mr. Chair.
any second to the motion of
Yes.
any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
That ends my report, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, City Youth Councilor Bermundo. Next item, please.
Next is the committee report of the Committee on Health and Nutrition.
The Committee on Health.
Mr. Chair, my City Youth Official Ira Calleja will render the report.
Okay, please.
Acknowledging our City Youth Councilor, the Honorable Ira Denise L. Calleja, to render the report of the Committee on Health and Nutrition.
Mr. Chair, may I request for acknowledgement of the committee report of Committee on Health and Nutrition?
Your report is duly acknowledged.
The first item is the letter dated June 17, 2026 from Dr. Rolando T. Amoranto, CHO Head, containing their comments and recommendations on the proposed ordinance institutionalizing the Naga City HIV/STI and Sexual Health Response Program, or the Naga City Red Ribbon Commitment Ordinance. Under first item is the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Jefferson Romeo B. Felix, Honorable David Casper Nathan A. Serio, and Honorable Vito Borja II, institutionalizing the Naga City HIV/STI and Sexual Health Response Program, strengthening prevention, voluntary testing, linkage to care, treatment support, privacy protection, anti-stigma measures, and youth and community participation, otherwise known as the Naga City Red Ribbon Commitment Ordinance. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
Due to the absence of the proponents during the committee hearing, the committee resolved to defer consideration of the matter and to reschedule the hearing at a later date. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The committee further resolved to request Ms. Grace Guevara of the Social Hygiene Clinic Division of the City Health Office to submit a written update on the newly issued policy of the Philippine National AIDS Council so that the proponents may be apprised of the latest developments and take them into consideration in the drafting of the proposed ordinance. The written update shall be submitted to the Sangguniang Panlungsod Secretariat. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The next item is the proposed ordinance authored by 2025 CY Councilor Alexandria Ray Sigo, co-authored by 2026 CY Councilors Shane Olan F. Gonzalez and Ariel M. Capos, and sponsored by Honorable Gil G. Rosales and Honorable Corazon M. Peñaflor, revising the Naga City Ordinance for Animal Care. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to defer the consideration of the matter due to the absence of the proponents and to reschedule the hearing for a later date. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
The third and last item is the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza and co-authored by Honorable Hilda Gail R. Abonal Gomez, establishing the Peña Francia Primary Care Facility at Barangay Peña Francia, Naga City. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to defer the consideration of the matter due to the absence of the principal proponent and to reschedule the hearing for a later date. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second to the motion? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
That ends the report, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, City Youth Councilor Calleja. Next item, please.
Next is the joint committee report of the Committee on Land, Laws and Ordinances, together with the Market Affairs Committee last July 1st.
Laws and ordinances
Joint
with the Market Affairs.
Acknowledging our City Youth Councilor, Honorable Shane Olan Gonzalez, to render the report with the joint committee hearing.
Hello. Mr. Chair, may I request for acknowledgement of this committee report on Laws and Ordinances and Committee on Market Affairs.
Your report is duly acknowledged.
The report is dated July 1, 2026. There was a quorum.
There was a quorum. Thank you.
Item number 1, the letter dated June 16, 2026 from Honorable Alfonso R. Rodriguez, Punong Barangay, San Felipe, Naga City, transmitting Barangay Ordinance number 1, Series of 2026, establishing a night market at Padre Garcia Street, San Felipe, Naga City. May I dispense with the reading of the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to defer consideration of the matter and return the proposed barangay ordinance to Barangay Government of San Felipe for the incorporation of the inputs and recommendations made by the committee during their hearing, particularly the proposed amendment to Section 5, Letter B of the ordinance. The committee further resolved to request the barangay government of San Felipe to submit a copy of the minutes of the public hearing conducted on the proposed barangay ordinance. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Item number 2, the letter dated June 16, 2026 from Honorable Alfonso R. Rodriguez, Punong Barangay, San Felipe, Naga City, transmitting Barangay Ordinance number 2, Series of 2026, requiring all residents of Barangay San Felipe to participate in official data information gathering activities. May I dispense with the reading of the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to defer consideration of the matter and return the proposed barangay ordinance to the barangay government of San Felipe for the incorporation of the inputs and recommendations raised by the committee during the hearing, particularly the proposed amendment to Section 6, Letter B, revising the penalty to a monetary fine, and the inclusion of a certification clause to be signed by the barangay secretary attesting to the correctness of the barangay ordinance. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Item number 3, the email sent June 11, 2026 from the Office of the City Legal Officer with the attached unsigned Memorandum of Agreement between the City Government of Naga and the Baal heirs concerning the voluntary creation of a perpetual, non-exclusive easement of right-of-way over a portion of Lot 1079-C to provide public access from Almeda Road to St. Clair Subdivision. May I dispense with the reading of the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
Since the item required no action from the committee resolves to take note of the matter and to await the endorsement of the City Mayor's Office for the ratification of the Memorandum of Agreement. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Item number 4, the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Melvin Ramon G. Banape, prohibiting public nudity, toplessness, and other forms of indecent exposure in public places within the territorial jurisdiction of the City of Naga, providing penalties for violation thereof. May I request, Mr. Chair, for the proponent to be recognized for his discussion and formal motion.
Yes, City Councilor General Omar Bonefe.
Yes, Mr. Chair, this proposed ordinance prohibits the exposure of people who are naked or half naked in public, and it provides penalties for violations, systems for the enforcement, and this is aligned with the DILG order that was previously issued to be implemented by the Philippine National Police. And the PNP Naga requested the Sangguniang Panlungsod through my office to craft an ordinance so that they will have a basis for the local implementation of the directives of the DILG regarding the this naked or half naked exposures in public.
Do you now have a copy of the proposed ordinance?
I request the...
Yes, City Councilor Attorney Rosales.
I remember, Mr. Chairman, during the hearing, there were comments from the Honorable Gail Abunal Gomez that the proponent agreed to incorporate in the revised draft. I understand we are still awaiting the submission of the proponent of the revised draft.
So the revised proposed ordinance
Yes,
has
Mr.
not
Chair.
yet been submitted.
If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Chair.
Any reaction from the principal proponent?
With that, Mr. Chair, I will follow up my secretary kung nasubmit na. Anyway, we can return it to the committee, Mr. Chair, for...
So we will defer discussion of this particular item.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Hello. Item number 5, the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Melvin Ramon G. Benefe, prohibiting government officials and employees, private individuals, groups or business entities, loan operators, and household beneficiaries of the Pantawid Pamilyang Filipino Program or 4Ps from using or accepting the issued 4Ps cash card as a collateral for loans and providing penalties thereof. May I request the proponent, Mr. Chair, to be recognized for his comments and for his motions.
Again, the principal proponent of the ordinance, City Councilor General Omar Benefe.
Before my presentation, Mr. Chair, may I request the reporter to read the disposition of the committee, please?
Mr. Chair, may I dispense with the reading of the disposition?
Please proceed.
On motion of Honorable Benefe, jointly seconded by the committee members, the committee resolved to recommend to the plenary the approval on second reading of the proposed ordinance entitled An Ordinance Prohibiting Government Officials and Employees, Private Individuals, Groups or Business Entities, Employees, Loan Operators, and Household Beneficiaries of the Pantawid Pamilyang Filipino Program or 4Ps from using or accepting 4Ps cash cards as a collateral for loans and providing penalties for violations thereof, subject to the incorporation of the inputs and recommendations made by the committee members during the hearing. Once again, Mr. Chair, may I request for the proponent to be recognized.
Again, the principal proponent.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This proposed ordinance has been revised already, Mr. Chair, and it is in item number 4 of the unfinished business. So, the title of the ordinance, Mr. Chair, says it all. However, in the whereases, we also lay down the reasons and the justifications why this ordinance is being proposed. The government, in order to eradicate extreme intergenerational poverty cycle, implemented a program, a bridging program, which is the Pantawid Pamilyang Filipino Program under the Department of Social Welfare and Development. And with the DSWD as implementor, they issued the Pantawid Pamilyang Filipino cash cards to beneficiaries of the 4Ps program. However, there were verified reports that indicate that some 4Ps beneficiaries pawned their cash cards using the said cash cards as collateral for loans obtained from loan sharks. Hence, the request of the DSWD, our local DSWD, the CSWD, that we craft an ordinance in order to stop these malpractices in the use of the 4Ps cash card, and also provide penalties for violators, especially that the DSWD also issued through its National Advisory Council a resolution number 20 series of 2014, which provided guidelines and procedures in cases of cash card related wrongdoings with corresponding appropriate sanctions. So, this proposed ordinance in section 1 shall be known as the 4Ps cash card as collateral prohibition ordinance of Naga City. In section 2, we have the declaration of policies. We also provided the definition of the essential terms that were used in this proposed ordinance in section 4.
Again, I believe copies of this proposed ordinance had been given to the members of the council.
Yes, Mr. Chair, during our previous session, we distributed copies, and This is also posted in our
So,
posted online.
do you have any question or comment or observation to the proposed ordinance of City Councilor General Omar Buenafe? No reaction from the... Yes, City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
Just to lengthen the session. Seriously, Mr. Chair, I may request that the penalty provision, Section 7, number 2, can the Secretariat flash Section 7, number 2? Okay. It is stated in that provision under first offense that money lenders or financiers duly acknowledged by the owner and that they would be fined for every cash card they are holding and or imprisoned. My question, Mr. Chair, the crime there is the possession of the cash card, or the crime there is the act of lending?
Please answer the question, Principal Proponent.
Mr. Chair, the crime there is the use of the cash card as collateral for the loan that they are providing. And the cash card in their possession will be evidence of this, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Reaction from City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
I'm just thinking, Mr. Chair, because we have employees that are also pawning their ATM cards. That would also make the ones holding ATM cards similarly violating certain rules, though there is not yet an ordinance on that matter. So, as worded, kung may kapot kaning 4-piece cash card dahil nag-utang sa imo si sarong 4-piece, siguro pambakal bagas, pambayad sa tuition or whatever, liable ka na for a penalty.
Reaction
yes,
from the Principal Proponent.
Mr. Chair, that is a violation of this proposed ordinance, Mr. Chair. That is exactly what this ordinance is trying to resolve, Mr. Chair, that we put a stop on this practice because it defeats the program of the government. Ang nangyayari, pagka sinangra si cash card niya, di dahil na siya nakaka-withdraw katong benefits sa pigtataw kang sa tuyang gobyerno. And all the more, nababaon siya sa utang. Mahanap na naman ng mautangan si cash card niya, napigukuanan niya kang benefits hali sa 4-piece, dahil niya na magamit. Iba na ang nagwi-withdraw kan sa iyang kwarta duman sa 4-piece. We are trying to discourage itong paggamit o pagkuha kang cash card kaniyong nag-utang na 4-piece beneficiary.
Okay. Councilor Frank?
Wouldn't it be the rate o kaya interest o kaya si charges na pinapatong ka nagpautang, iyo si problema? Si pagpautang mismo, baka tamang ba ito duman sa 4-piece, sa totoo lang, ang nakukuha ninda would not be really enough to sustain them for a month. So, baka itong pagpautang, actually tabang pa eh. Ang problema siguro, si nagpautang, grabe ang patong, baka 30% o 5-6, kaya talagang nalulubog sa utang itong nagsangra kan sa iyang cash card. At I narrate, Mr. Chair, I'm in support of this ordinance. Ang worry ko lang, baka ginigibot ang crime, itong actually tabang eh. Baka ang crime duman, si sobrang patong duman sa utang. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Reaction from the principal proponent.
Mr. Chair, in Section 7, number 1, doon sa bottom part, in-include naman yung paragraph, measures and interventions appropriate for the violating household beneficiary shall be made as recommended by the local advisory council to resolve the crisis situation of the concerned individual. So while we are trying to discourage through penalties in yung violations kani by the 4-piece cash card holder, tatoan magiraning consideration na i-resolve si problema niya. But we are particularly trying to discourage here na ining mga non-beneficiaries, itong mga nagpapautang o itong mga pigtiwalaan kang cash card kaning kapamilyang beneficiary na dito paggamiton para collateral sa mga pag-uutang.
Okay, thank you, City Councilor General Omar Buenafe. Any other reaction or question or observation coming from the regular members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod? How about from the CYO?
Any comments or manifestations from our city youth councilors? There being none, Mr. Chair.
Okay, please make the formal motion. City Councilor Omar Benefe.
Mr. Chair, I move that we pass this proposed ordinance, an ordinance prohibiting government officials and employees, private individuals, groups or business entities, loan operators, and household beneficiaries of Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program in using or accepting the issued 4-piece cash card as collateral for loan and providing penalties for violation thereof. And I so move on for approval on second reading.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved on second reading.
Mr. Chair, may I proceed to the next item? Item number 6, the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Gail R. Abunal Gomez, promoting responsible and trauma-sensitive reporting by media entities, campus publications, and social media content creators, providing guidelines, enumerating prohibited acts, prescribing duties, and imposing penalties for violations thereof. 6A, a lettered...
Yeah, proceed.
No. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Okay, please.
The committee resolves to defer consideration of the matter and await the submission of the revised version of the proposed ordinance, incorporating the recommendations made by the stakeholders during the hearing. May I request, Mr. Chair, for the proponent to be recognized for her discussion and formal motion. Okay.
You were telling us that it would be deferred.
Yes.
So, deferred.
May I restate my motion, Mr. Chair?
Next item, please.
Next item, the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Alan Rees Makiraig establishing the anti-political dynasty policy of the City of Naga and providing penalties for violation thereof. 7A, the letter dated February 2026 from Attorney Angel R. O. Castro III, City Legal Officer, containing their legal opinion and recommendation on the proposed anti-political dynasty ordinance. 7B, the letter dated February 9, 2026 from Ms. Army B. Gunay, I-Governance Program Director, submitting feedback on the proposed anti-political dynasty ordinance gathered from the public through online platforms in the implementation of the I-Engage ordinance. And 7C, the letter dated February 18, 2026 from Ms. Arnie B. Gunay, I-Governance Program Director, submitting feedback on the proposed anti-political dynasty ordinance authored by Honorable Alan Reese C. Macraig from Alonso Canales Ranque, received by online platform in the implementation of the I-Engage ordinance. May I dispense with the reading of the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to defer the consideration of the matter due to the absence of the proponent and to reschedule its discussion to a later date. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Item number 8, the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Maria Corazon M. Peñaflor, co-authored by Honorable Elmer S. Baldemora and Honorable Alan Reese C. Macraig, regulating and prohibiting the unauthorized posting, installation, hanging and display of advertisement boards, tarpaulins, streamers, posters, banners, and other promotional materials on electric posts, telephone posts, utility poles, traffic posts, street posts, and other public structures within the territorial jurisdiction of Naga City, providing penalties for violation thereof and for other purposes. May I dispense with the reading of the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to defer consideration of the matter and directed the Secretariat to furnish the following offices, namely the General Services Office, the City Engineering Office, the City Environment and Natural Resources Office, the City Treasurer's Office, and the Liga ng mga Barangay of Naga City with a copy of the proposed ordinance for their review and comments, which shall be submitted within 10 days from receipt thereof. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Item number 9, the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Maria Corazon M. Peñaflor and Honorable Melvin Ramon G. Bonafe and the City Youth Councilors John Kenneth Laureta and Ian Kisha Rosanes, promoting and enhancing security and safety in the City of Naga by requiring all streets, sidewalks, passageways to be properly lighted. 9A, the letter dated February 5, 2026 from Mr. Arthur F. Abunal, City GSO Head, pertaining to the proposed ordinance of promoting and enhancing security and safety in the City of Naga, requiring all streets, sidewalks, and passageways to be properly lighted. And 9B, the letter dated February 13, 2026 from Mr. Rene Gumba, Public Safety Office Head, submitting their comments and recommendations on the proposed ordinance, requiring all streets, sidewalks, and passageways to be properly lighted. May I dispense with the reading of the disposition,
Yes,
Mr.
please.
Chair? The committee resolved to defer consideration of the matter and await the submission of the revised version of the proposed ordinance, incorporating the recommendations of the General Services Office and the Public Safety Office, and the inputs and recommendations made by the committee members and stakeholders during the hearing. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Item number 10, the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Francisco M. Mendoza and City Youth Councilor Althea Isabel J. Reyes, strengthening the enforcement of mayor's permit compliance in Naga City. May I dispense with the reading of the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to defer consideration of the matter and await the revised version of the proposed ordinance, incorporating the inputs and recommendations made by the committee members and stakeholders during the hearing. The committee further resolved to direct the Secretariat to furnish the City Treasurer's Office and the Naga City People's Council with the copies of the proposed ordinance for their review, comments, and recommendations, which shall be submitted to the Sangguniang Panlungsod Secretariat within 5 days from receipt thereof. The committee likewise resolved to direct the I-Governance Office to post the proposed ordinance on the I-Engage platform and the official social media page of the city government to solicit comments and recommendations from the public. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
That ends the report. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, City Youth Councilor Shane Olen Gonzalez. Next item, please.
Next is the committee report, the Committee on Ways and Means.
The Committee on Ways and Means. City Councilor Mendoza.
The report would be rendered by City Youth Councilor Althea Isabel Reyes. Just for information, Mr. Chair, this matter was actually provisionally approved by the Sangguniang during the last session, But because this is a revenue ordinance, it requires a public hearing. So we conducted a public hearing, and the report would be rendered by my counterpart.
Okay, thank you, City Councilor Frank Mendoza.
Once again, we acknowledge City Youth Councilor Althea Isabel Reyes to render the report on the Committee on Ways and Means hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, may I request acknowledgement of the report on the Committee on Ways and Means?
Your report is duly acknowledged.
The public hearing was held last July 13, 2026, and there was a quorum, although a quorum was not required for a public hearing.
Yes, please.
Okay. Item number 1, the letter dated last June 8, 2026 from Mr. Alan L. Redanga, Sepio Head, requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing the collection of a participation fee from each food and non-food concessionaire participating in the Tagboan Arts, Music, and Food Festival. May I please proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
The committee resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the passage and on second reading of the proposed ordinance authorizing the collection of a participation fee amounting to 6,000 pesos from each food and non-food concessionaire who will participate in the Tagboan Arts, Music, and Food Festival. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved on second reading. Yes, Councilor Balimoro.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. I thought the matter to be approved is the manifestation of the disposition of the committee, not on the proposed ordinance.
Can we get the opinion of the principal proponent?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The previous disposition of the committee already refers to that ordinance. That was made last week. But again, considering that it is a revenue ordinance, it requires a public hearing. So we consider the previous approval as provisional until such time that we resubmit it with a public hearing.
Okay.
So with that, Mr. Chair, since it is a provisional approval, we could still deliberate on the matter.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I am not against on the collection. However, may I know, Mr. Chair, the reason why the collected amount shall accrue to the Peña Francia Trust Fund instead to the general fund?
Can the principal proponent answer that question?
I raised the same query, Mr. Chair, to the Sepio as well as to the accountant. The reason that they gave me was that it would be faster for them to utilize the funds if needed through the trust fund. But such utilization would still be subject to the submission of a budget and approval by the executive. So it is not, kumbaga, discretion lang kang Sepio. It still had to pass certain procedures.
Yes, Councilor Balimoro.
Mr. Chair, I understand that prior to the holding of the Tagboan, Tagboan, Mr. Chair, is a recurring event based on the committee report. It was already staged fourth or fifth time, and there is already a submission of a project design or budget proposal for the said activity. So why there is still need to charge the other expenses for the Tagboan in the Peña Francia Trust Fund?
Principal proponent?
It is not actually automatic that because it is in the trust fund, they would utilize the trust fund. Kumbaga, that is a contingency measure just in case there is a need for additional funding to host the event, then they would have available resources. So it is not, it does not mean that because it is being put in a trust fund that it would be utilized. It would depend on the situation, Mr. Chair. And again, subject to certain procedures and approving process.
Yes,
Yes.
Mr. Chair, I understand. But my point is, if it will accrue to the Peña Francia Trust Fund, not in the general fund, it will not be considered as income. Mr. Chair, kita baga particular ngunyan on the targeted collection. Dahil as the mayor says, we are short of 100,000 from Legazpi and the income collection. So my point, Mr. Chair, if we accrue this income to the general fund, it will be form part of our income.
Reaction again from the principal proponent.
We have section 4, Peña Francia Fiesta Savings. On or before the end of the year, any savings from the tagbuan component of the Peña Francia Trust Fund following the obligation of all related expenditures shall be transferred to the general fund. So, garo holding account lang yan, Peña Francia Trust Fund, but eventually, kung di man yan nagamit, lag mangyari sa general fund before the end of the year. Ang only purpose is to expedite kung sakali may pangangaipo. But I really support the intention of the good councilor that it should be with the general fund. In fact, the original version of that is that it does go to the general fund. But as was explained by Allen, just in case there is a need for additional funds, then it would be more expeditious if it is kept in a trust fund.
Yes, reaction from City Councilor Ballimoro.
Yes, Mr. Chair, it's true, but only any savings, not the whole amount. So I am after to the whole amount to be accrued in the general fund to be considered as income.
Will that be okay with you, principal proponent?
It could be the whole amount or it could be partial amount. It really depends on the situation, Mr. Chair. Ang advantage lang kung pag yun sa trust fund, kung sakali may pangangaipo, then mahalo yung pag-process. Pero kung ilaw ta sa general fund, kada ko lang agihan niya bago maka-respond ang SEPIO sa ano man na pangangaipo kang Tagbuan Festival. But Mr. Chair, I leave it to the plenary kung ano ang decision.
A reaction again, Councilor Ballimoro.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Before the staging of the different activities for Peña Francia Fiesta, si Kabus pong committee chairman nagsasubmit ng project design or budget proposal. So, bako naman ng bago ang tagbuan. So, aram ta na kung itong mga probable expenses and naglalaag ng contingency cost duman sa mga project design.
So in other words, you are suggesting that
instead to the Peña Francia Trust Fund, be it accrue to the general fund.
Mr. Proponent, how do
Mr.
you
Chair,
take that?
I accede to the proposal of the Honorable Ballimoro.
Okay.
So it would now read, shall directly accrue to the general fund. So we delete section 4. Section 3 would now read, babasa na kung section 3. So section 3, collection and remittance. The collection of the fee shall be managed by the City Treasurer's Office or its duly authorized representatives. All collections registered under this ordinance shall directly accrue to the general fund. And we delete section 4. So, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so again, any other comment? From the CYO.
Any comment or manifestation from our city youth councilors?
So, no
There
comment
being none, yes, Mr.
from the CYO. So, kindly make the final motion.
With that, Mr. Chair, I move that we approve on second reading an ordinance imposing a participation fee of 6,000 pesos from each food and non-food concessionaire participating in the annual Tagbuan Arts, Music, and Food Festival held during the Peña Francia Fiesta as amended. So, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved on second reading.
That is all for my report. Thank you po. Mr.
Thank you very much, Madam City Youth Councilor Althea Isabel Reyes. Next item.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Councilor Alan Diz Macaraeg and co-authored by Honorable Precious Chloe D. Kirus. An ordinance strengthening City Ordinance Number 2025-105, also known as the Naga City Informal Waste Sector Integration Ordinance of 2025 by providing the procedure and requirements for accreditation, defining prohibited acts, and providing penalties thereof.
We acknowledge the co-author of the proposed ordinance, our City Youth Councilor Precious Chloe De Quiroz.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So may we request this ordinance be referred to the Committee on Environment and Energy, as the said ordinance is currently pending therein. Thank you.
So we will be referring this to the Committee on Environment.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
For a second reading.
Next item, please.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Jefferson Romeo Felix, an ordinance institutionalizing the Naga City Barangay Heritage Program, providing for barangay cultural mapping, heritage education, a local cultural inventory, and a city heritage repository, and providing funds thereof.
City Councilor Jefferson Felix.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This matter, Mr. Chair, is still pending under the Committee on Culture and the Arts.
Still pending with the Committee on Culture and the Arts. Next item.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Felix and co-authored by the Honorable Eliad Kishi, Nicole Chavez, an ordinance establishing the Naga City Bantay Exploitation System against prostitution-related sexual exploitation, digital coercion, and other coded referral-based online or demand-driven exploitative arrangements, including those locally or online referred to as the walker-talker exploitation
Again,
system.
City Councilor Jefferson Felix.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This matter is still pending under the Committee on Women and Gender Development.
Committee on?
Correct?
Women.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Next item, please.
Next is another proposal from the Honorable Jefferson Romeo Felix, an ordinance establishing the Naga City Rights to Care program, creating the Right to Care card and Care Proxy Registry, and providing protocols for inclusive patient support, legal assistance, data privacy, and implementation.
Again, Councilor Felix.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This matter is still pending under the Committee on Health and Nutrition.
Committee on Health and Nutrition.
Next is the
Next item.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Peña Flor and co-authored by Honorable Buenape, Baldimoro, and Barangay Kagawad Hill, Bilen, an ordinance prescribing a uniform apple green color scheme for all authorized removal units operating within the City of Naga, providing penalties for violations and other purposes.
City Councilor Peñaflor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I refer this ordinance to the Committee on Transport?
We will refer this to the Committee on
Transport.
Transport. Okay. Transport.
Next is the committee report of the Committee on External Relation on the hearing last July 8.
Committee on External Relations.
Yes, we acknowledge City Youth Councilor Bolocon to render the report on the committee hearing.
Mr. Chair, may I request for the acknowledgement of the committee hearing on external relations report.
Your committee hearing Your report is duly acknowledged.
The committee hearing was held last July 8, 2026, and there was a quorum.
There was a quorum. Thank you.
The first and the lone item was the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Melvin Ramon G. Buenafe, institutionalizing the duty of local government officials of Naga City to promote the city through participation in significant regional, national, international events that benefit the socio-economic, cultural, educational, sports, tourism, security, and public safety interest of Naga City. May I proceed to the disposition, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
On motion of Honorable Melvin Ramon G. Buenafe, seconded by the Honorable Michael Jenry Ambolocon, the committee resolved to favorably endorse to the Sangguniang Panlungsod the consideration of the proposed ordinance institutionalizing the duty of local government officials of Naga City to promote the city through participation in significant regional, cultural, educational, sports, tourism, security, and public safety interest of Naga City pending the submission of the comments of the City Mayor's Office relative to the proposal. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Further, the committee resolved to direct the Secretariat to furnish the City Mayor's Office with a copy of the proposed ordinance for its comments. So move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
That's the end of my committee report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, City Youth Councilor Bolocon.
Mr. Chairman.
Next item, please.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, City Councilor Attorney Rosales.
I have an urgent matter just given to me a while ago. A letter from the City Mayor requesting for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to enter, negotiate, and sign a memorandum of agreement with Barangay Mabolo relative to the release, transfer, and utilization of the cash prize amounting 500,000 awarded to the said barangay for placing third during the Kamundagan Inter-Barangay Mass Dance Competition. May I move that this be included under special business and order, Mr. Chairman?
Okay, so that will be tackled under SBO.
And may I move for its approval on joint and collective motion? The resolution being requested, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Joint and collective motion. Next item, please.
Next is under new business. Item number 1 is the endorsement of the barangay budget of Barangay Peña Francia.
Committee on Appropriations.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Gibson Felix, co-authored by Honorable Kishi Nicole Chavez, institutionalizing the Aral Manejo program, providing qualified Naga City residents with pre-access to the mandatory theoretical driving course.
Committee on Manpower and Livelihood Development.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Felix and Honorable Chavez, establishing the Global Nagan Youth Program to expand youth access to national and international opportunities through information, applications,
Committee on Youth and Sports Development.
Next is the endorsement of the HSDO, approving the request of Estrella Villarmino for the transfer and conveyance of the absolute ownership of a certain property acquired through the
Committee on
Housing
Housing and Settlement.
Next is the undated letter of Veronica Panganiban, Punong Barangay of San Isidro, submitting barangay resolutions number 2025-014, requesting the city government of Naga to designate a temporary terminal for public utility, jeepney, and
Committee on Public
Transport.
Yeah. Committee on Transport.
Next is a letter from Barangay Secretary Ronald Garcia of Barangay Garcia of Barangay Lerma, transmitting Barangay Ordinance number 2025-002, approving and adopting the Barangay Him of Barangay Lerma.
Committee on Laws and Ordinances.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Jesse Albios and City Youth Councilor Alperes, enacting the public access defibrillations and automatic external defibrillation Code of Naga City, mandating the procurement, installation, registration, and maintenance of AED units in business establishment, institutions, places of assembly, and large-scale public events with personal counts of capacity of at least 100, requiring exclusive registration and first responder log data submission
Committee
with the
on
CDRRM.
Laws and Ordinances. It should be pronounced as defibrillator.
Relator.
Okay, next item, please.
Next is the transmittal from the Tri-Mobile Task Force on the application of Ruth Gasser for the
Committee on Transport.
Next is a letter from the City Mayor requesting for the passage of an ordinance reverting the amount of 580,000.
Committee on Appropriations.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Felix, an ordinance institutionalizing WPS 101, what every Nagaño should know, as the West Philippine Sea Civic Education Program of Naga City, providing for verified public learning materials, an annual civic dialogue education and youth partnership, accuracy standards for official city information and for other purposes.
Where shall we refer that? Committee on Laws and Ordinances?
No. Education.
Or External Relations? I was thinking about that. To refer that to the Committee on External Relations. Okay, we will refer that to the Committee on External Relations. Yes, Councilor Jeff.
I think, Mr. Chair, it is refer this to the Committee on Education, Mr. Chair, since it's a civic education program.
Committee on Education?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Any reaction to that proposal? That we will refer this to the Committee on Education? Okay. Joint with the Committee on External Relations. Next item, please.
Next is the proposed ordinance of Honorable Francis Ray Alperes, an ordinance mandating restaurant and similar food establishments operating Naga City to include calorie counts on their menus for transparent nutrition information and providing penalties for violations thereof.
Committee on Health and Nutrition.
Next is other matters. Memorandum from Attorney Ohastro containing advisory and the required MOA or Authority for Private Doctors and doctors from other government medical institutions serving, consulting,
Noted.
contracting. Another memorandum letter from Attorney Ohastro containing his legal, administrative, workplace safety, and program-based response to the reported positive drug test result involving
We
city.
take note of this
Take
item.
note. Another letter from Attorney Ohastro containing his legal review on the draft tripartite agreement among PhilHealth, DepEd Naga, City Division, and the City Government
Noted.
of Naga for Yakap. Next is a letter from Charles Dadua addressed to acting Punong Barangay Rene Roquid of Barangay Concepcion Pequeña, Copper Pernis de Sangguniang Panlungsod pertaining to the request for copy of payrolls of lupong tagapamayapa in their barangay.
We
from
take note
April.
of this item.
Next is a letter from Dr. Ronaldo Amoranto, City Health Officer, pertaining to the request for the deferment of the consideration of the proposed Naga City Red Ribbon Commitment Ordinance.
Noted.
Next is the first endorsement from
Mr. Chair.
Yes, City Councilor Dr. Gail Abonal Gomez.
Yes, Mr. Chair, this is a matter pertaining to actually a comment on the proposed ordinance which is pending under the Committee on Health and Nutrition. So may I move that we refer this to the Committee on Health and Nutrition, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Next item, please.
Next is an endorsement from Antonio Catindi, Regional Director of the Region 5 Police Hotline Movement, endorsing a copy of the Memorandum of Agreement by and between the Police Community Affairs and Development Group and Police Hotline Movement Incorporated.
Noted.
Next is a letter from Punong Barangay, Barangay of Concepcion, Pequeña, informing us of the resumption of duty of the Punong Barangay Honorable Juan Francis Mendoza.
We take note of that particular item.
Next is the nominal voting.
City Councilor Attorney Rosales.
Mr. Chairman, may I move to transfer all pending ordinances for third and final reading to nominal voting and move for their approval.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. So, how many ordinances?
I lost count, Mr. Chair.
Seven ordinances.
7 ordinances are being approved today.
I move for the adjournment, Mr. Chair.